every esport had a stage. Sports titles, shooters, fighting games, but combat sports esports had none. The ESFL changed everything.
As always, I'm joined by Bruce Lee Rob. Also, tonight, a very, very special guest, the creative director of EA Sports UFC 3.
For the first time, combat sports had an official esports scene. Live broadcasts, commentary, fight cards, rankings, championships.
I know the UFC isn't on right now, but guess what? The virtual octagon is here.
And the community showed up. Hundreds of fight cards, thousands of competitors, a global audience tuning in to watch the fights. ESFL quickly established itself as the premier competitive league, and soon the league became part of the game itself. Official gear appeared inside the UFC game, allowing players to step into the virtual octagon wearing ESFL shorts. The league had arrived. But things were just warming up. The Community League would reach a new level. Las Vegas, where elite players from around the world competed live for the first ESFL World Championship.
I held this belt yesterday, and this is heavy. This is some high quality stuff.
Well, the story continues on because the next chapter starts right now.
From online forums to global broadcasts, from community tournaments to world-class competition, the best players in the world have fought for their place to be here. And now a new moment in ESFL history begins. London. The fighters are ready, the stage is set, and the world is watching. Live from the Virgin Media gamepad at the O2, you are watching ESFL Live, London.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back once again to the ESFL, the Esports Fight League. My name is Bailey, and we have two very special men in the chat with me here tonight. We've got Mr. Bruce Lee Rob, and we've got Mr. Romero 17 for a very special night of esports action. We have the Revolution 250 card celebrating 250 years of America. I know I'm not American, but we've still got a banging card for you anyway, in theme with the UFC White House event. And we've got some of the top players from around the world going head to head. Bit of a nationality theme tonight, pitching people from different countries against each other. We've got the top players taking each other on. You know the story, and it's going to be a great night of fights. Thank you very much for joining us. 15 fights on the card here this evening as well. So it's going to be a long night, but it's going to be a good night of non-stop action. And I am excited. Mr. Bruce Lee Rob, I always go to you first, man. Come on, how excited are you, bro? Come on. This is a great card we've got for everybody this evening.
Yes, sir. This is an absolutely stacked card. We got Romero in the booth, a 3-man. I can't wait. We got Zyaf and Winter at the top. I mean, we got DirrtyDave. We got Muay Thai Jesus versus Pain. Striking versus Papa. It's absolutely stacked. We got the beans and toast lovers versus the burger lovers. I mean, America versus UK. Romero, how you feeling?
I'm feeling great, man. This card, we got a little bit of mix of some guys from Vegas, the guys from the London event. We got, a lot of, U.S. versus the world. We got a little Canada, too, kind of backing up the U.S. in terms of the North American region against some of these EU guys. But I'm really, really excited about a lot of these fights, especially the main event. I'm definitely interested in that one. DirrtyDave, Muay Thai Jesus, my boy Papa Dog. Finished helping them get ready. So, yeah, we're gonna get rolling here quite soon. But a couple things that people gotta know. We got a couple rule changes, couple rules implemented in place. If guys aren't really aware, the Feather Step perk has been banned in competitive play until EA gets around to fixing it. And you'll see right there on the screen, we have all the listed fighters across the set weight classes that have it. And for those of y'all who don't know, part of the reason why this perk is banned is that it's a passive perk, and it's provided some type of boost to certain lateral motion. It's provided a boost to certain things in head movement, and it's essentially created a meta where this speed boost to all types of locomotion, including strikes, is essentially broken. And it's just better off to kind of play without it, even if you are relatively playing clean. We do have an adjustment to the last stand perk, which we don't have a graphic for, but for the last stand perk, it just can't be used offensively due to a bug. They did do, with the most recent patch, they did a few things. Bails are fixed the way that they are in UFC 5, so we'll get to probably see a little bit more grapplers coming around, and maybe guys stick to striking. So I want to see how everything turns out today, and I know that the men in the booth are excited too.
Yeah, definitely, man. So they go on the screen, guys, the fighters that are not allowed to be used this evening. It's a bit of a change up, but it's actually going to encourage some different picks here tonight as well. But yeah, the Feather Step perk currently not allowed in ESFL competitive play. But now that you know that, let's take a look at the card this evening, everybody. We have some top fights in the main event. Zyaf taking on Winter XJ. That's US versus the UK right there as well. You can see what weight classes all these fights are going to be at as well. But you already mentioned a few of the guys as well. Remember, we got DirrtyDave, Carnalito, Muay Thai Jesus, and VPain, Papa Doc, and Striking. Hammer versus K1 Vuk, and then a bunch of other great names coming through. Word Life on the card, Peyton on the card. Driz versus Trixie's a great fight. And we have some new blood as well tonight for you guys. And I know you guys like when new blood comes along. Rob, any names standing out to you tonight you're excited about?
Yo, so many. I mean, if the ones I haven't mentioned yet, Keza coming back in against Sir. DJ, let's see what Kez is all about. He's been doing pretty good. JC21, I see Word Life has been making a big splash this year. Really locked in, and that's going to be a great fight. And then Hammer. I mean, there's just so many names. It's hard to select one. The whole card is just absolutely stacked, and it's good to see the new names in the ESFL to see, who's coming. These old vets have been holding their spots, but always good to see the fresh blood test them. So, yeah, I'm ready.
Any pick for fight of the night, Romero?
Fight of the night, dude. I gotta say, with fight of the night, I gotta see people put their skills in the book, because I don't think, maybe Driz and Trixie, like, those guys are good. Those guys are solid. Trixie's been in nothing but bangers lately, and I think he might be contending for fight of the night, depending on how people play. But we also got, Peyton versus Versatile. Peyton had one of the craziest, I think it was like fight of the year. Was it against Suave Jamie? That was like fight of the year way back for like the esports on Twitch. So he could look to replicate that. We also have, Papa Dog versus Striking. We got Patient Striker, five round type of closer, but I don't know how many rounds that fight's gonna be, and Doc's always in a good fight. So I'm excited to see what's gonna end up being fight tonight, but I'm really excited to see how the new blood is going to showcase not only their ability to win, but how they win.
Yeah, definitely. Well said. Well said. Well, it's ESFL Revolution 250 this evening, guys. Tell your friends, grab a snack, grab a drink, get ready. Before we start, though, let's just point out that there have been some new fighters added to the game as well, as I'm sure some of you have been jumping on and enjoying them. Mr. Tank Abbott, long called for by the community. He gets added to the roster. I know a lot of people are happy about that, so definitely look out. We've got some heavyweight fights on the card, so maybe we'll see a little Tank Abbott here tonight, but also Uros Medic, who is headlining, I believe, against D-Rod coming up as well, and Kevin Vahelios, who is a dangerous striker from Argentina as well. So lots of new picks on the board, and as well as that, we've got some stat changes as well. I know all fighters in this game are going to be peak performance where they were in their career, but that doesn't mean there aren't going to be some stat changes, and we want to keep you guys informed, especially when these guys get picked up as well. So a few stat changes across the board with a few other fighters. Ian Gary losing that takedown defense, Strickland getting a massive boost as well. I know a lot of people like Strickland, so maybe we'll see him a little bit more, and Cortez Acosta definitely getting that punch speed and that punch power up. I think you were asking for that, if I'm not mistaken. You're asking EA for that, Romero.
Long overdue. El come plátano tiene que dar duro. And if you understand me, good. And if you don't, too bad.
There we go. There we go. All right, let's get ready to jump into the first fight of the night, guys, because we have 15 to get to, and everyone is ready to get it on. First up, we've got two debuting fighters in Tavo UFC taking on Jazz UFC as well. USA versus the United Kingdom. Tavo from the US, Jazz from the UK. Rob, we're here at featherweight. Now, they can't pick Volkanovski, but what do you think about this matchup?
We're about to find out what these two are about in their debut USA versus United Kingdom opener. And looks like Melo was kind of recommended by, or excuse me, Tavo was recommended by Melo. And Melo's been looking real good in this game. So, you know, this guy, Tavo, could have some talent. But we're in the featherweight division here, Romero. Boom. I like the Yair Rodriguez pick. He's devastating with the striking. And Ilia Topuria, oh, yeah, he's got some power in those hands, Romero.
Yeah, Topuria is in featherweight. He feels a lot more dangerous than he does in lightweight. Lightweight has a lot more guys that can kind of wrangle him in. But now that, you know, Conor McGregor and Alexander Volkanovski out of the mix, Topuria is super, super tough. But last card, Topuria wasn't really the guy. That card took a couple of losses, and immediately right on the back foot is Jazz UFC, and he's doing a smart job. He's switching to southpaw to open up that liver, and he's ripping kicks, moving well, baby.
Nice work with the outside leg kick as well, taking the base away. Yair with those long legs. Jazz UFC representing the UK tonight with Yair Rodriguez in the blue corner. And we've got Tavo representing the US in the red corner with the Ilia pickup, trying to close that space, get on the inside, Rob.
Yeah, you got to be really careful when you're going against Yair player, because those lead body kicks and those rear body kicks are devastating. So you don't want them to get, you know, those opening up. But yeah, I don't know. Why is Ilia Topuria not as good as we think he is, Romero?
Well, in lightweight, there's just a lot more variety. There's other guys that can swing and bang with him. But in featherweight, if you use him correctly, especially with that Tiger perk, he can deal some big damage. But Jazz UFC is kind of, you know, he's sliding and gliding around. He's now caught up against the fence, and you don't want to be caught up against the fence by Ilia Topuria. No, Topuria has a nasty calf kick, and I would like to see Tavo use it. It seems that he's just having a really hard time tracking down Jazz UFC, babe.
Yeah, Jazz using the footwork really nicely, also doubling up that left hook. He's going to the body, he's going to the head with it from southpaw, so that's nice. Just looping it in, winging it in. Nice pivot, and then the knee to the body, then another liver shot off that left hook. Nice combination work from Jazz, and there's an elbow, and another left hook to the body. Really making Tavo second guess if he wants to close this distance, and definitely can't sit on the outside, but he's got to start down blocking, Rob. Oh, there's a nice head kick, though.
Oh, there's that flying knee, rocks him, and he just follows up with a rear body kick again and again. He's chopping him down, and that body health is looking real bad for Tavo in the first round, and that's what Yair's specialty is. It's going to that body, his fast leg kicks, his head kicks, his body kicks, Romero. It's just devastating when he starts opening up like this in the kickboxing range.
People forget, you know, Topuria started out his career. He was a grappler, 8-0, a couple submission wins, and it would behoove Tavo to really go for a takedown. Now, the thing is, you're seeing right now that glide, that with the movement that's there, and he's trapping him against the fence, and he's racking up some good damage. But those slides, if you had the feather step perk active, it would be even worse for him to deal with. So a good strategy by Jazz UFC for using something that needs to get fixed. But now he's getting walked down by the fence. He's landing some good shots. Just got to work a little bit on the stamina management, babe.
I love how much he's tagging that liver, though, and it is paying off on the stamina. Like you just said, there's a front kick up the middle, back to the liver. He's mixing everything up and then just cracking that body shot over and over again. Nice elbow when he tries to close the distance on the inside. Love to see more players do that when you're the longer fighter and you feel like you can't box on the inside. You got the elbows. Walking into damage.
Oh,
It's
my
Tavo.
Lord. Oh, bro.
Beautiful job, and cracks that liver shot. Then another one sends him down.
And that's how fast it could happen right there. Already half body health. His stamina is dwindling. He's been rocked. He's got an injury. I mean, he's getting beat up right now. A couple good shots there from Tavo, but again, a devastating body kick as he goes to the stool in physical pain.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like Tavo's kind of getting the ESFL jitters. I know he was highly recommended, but having a hard time with the open stance. And a big part of this, Bailey knows because he strikes too. He's taking too many turns and striking, and you got to be cutting people off with support. You can't be trying to chase this guy down, and he's at a really huge deficit. If he doesn't get Yair Rodriguez down to the ground in this round and look to focus on winning in his debut, he's going to be holding an L in his debut.
Yeah, man, some outside weapons would do him nicely. Target the legs, perhaps, and mix up the offense from the outside rather than always trying to walk into boxing range. Gets tagged there with the straight again, and Jazz is really letting the sticks fly. There's no hesitation on these combinations, but he rolls underneath, lands a beautiful uppercut, buys him some time and puts him against the fence, pops the flow state into another uppercut there. That's nasty stuff and huge damage, Rob.
And that's exactly what he wanted. 2 knockdowns. He's got the flow state, dropped him against the cage. A big momentum swing. Tavo all over Jazz. Jazz has to be careful, but it was Tavo trying to get in and chase him, like you said, Bailey, and he was just eating those body hooks. He was eating the body kicks, the leg kicks, but now it seems like Tavo's starting to feel himself, and he's starting to flow a little bit, letting those uppercuts again and again and again.
But we cannot ignore the fact, I mean, you got those 2 knockdowns, your opponent kind of panic shot. It would have been a perfect way for him to get on top. Maybe he's just not comfortable in the grappling because he's forgetting. Look at that body health. And I know we talk about head health a lot, but it can really snowball. Just one good body health event, and it's going down, and those kicks are landing. And Ilia Topuria, his weapons are his boxing. And there he lands a beautiful overhand. Gets pulled, just avoids the kill shot, and the stamina is getting down. And the more that he whips on these big shots, the more the finish is gonna come. There's the body damage that we were talking about. And if he's smart, he might stay on top. Maybe he goes for a sub. He goes for the sub, going for the armbar. He's gonna go ahead and take away the block. I don't think he has the stamina to defend himself. And that is some damage on the block of Ilia Topuria, babe.
Beautiful work. I love the transition to the armbar. Why the hell not? And also that liver shot was absolute money, beating up the body all day. I was just about to say it's about to, it was evening up just a little bit, but then Jazz came back with a beautiful liver kick, a series of them, gets the rock and then gets the drop off it as well. This is a huge amount of body damage to have taken early and really going to cause problems if Tavo wants to keep advancing, but there's a pass into full mount back to half guard here. Nice work by Tavo. Ilia definitely has the ground stat advantage, but doesn't mean you're going to have an advantage against a player who can anticipate what you're doing, but he gets the half guard back. A minute left in this round. Rob, what the hell has Tavo got to do to find a way back in this fight?
Tavo needs to be careful, not get put into the full mount position. Don't let him posture up because Jazz has the stamina advantage. He's going to be able to use that to do ground and pound and get submissions. And there's another one locked in the triangle. And he has no submission, no stamina, so he's going to be able to lock that in. Romero knows he's in big trouble right now, but I mean, Ilia does have the defense, and he still might have taken that round, Romero, even though he's gotten locked in 2 subs, 3 knockdowns. How does that work out?
Nope, he ain't
You don't
taking
think so?
that round. No,
Okay,
that's
okay.
2 deep subs. He's got knocked down. His body overscrewed. It was finished the fight animation. Everything's leaning towards Yair. And it seems to me that Tavo's a player that he picked Topuria for the boxing, but a lot of times players pick fighters to cover up their deficits. Because what I saw there on the ground, it was not great. Jazz is the more well-rounded player here, making his debut, and to showcase that, he got dropped twice, he managed his stamina well, got a beautiful liver kick. The stats are all in his favor, and he's this is gonna look like Tavo's gonna need a miracle to pull this off in round 3, babe.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. It's a lot of damage to have taken this early on. He's still got another round to work. If he can get a slip and a rip-off, he might be able to find his way back into the fight. But really, I'm super impressed by Jazz in this debut here in the ESFL. He's shown a really well-rounded skill set, fought well on the inside, smashed that liver up, and Tavo must realize he's got a problem down blocking since the start of this fight. And over again, he's come forward with those liver shots.
And that's just how they bang. Huge knee to the face. Down he goes. Right to the armbar. And that's Yair, man. He's so dangerous. Those body kicks.
What the heck?
And you're so afraid they might go to the head, you know, and you just keep doubling, tripling up to the body.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't just me that just saw that his submission defense bar was full, right? Heading into this
for a
round,
second.
it was full. That was weird. All right,
Yeah.
I think the fight should have been over right there. That must have been like a weird something, but nonetheless, he's on top in the mount position with Yair Rodriguez with a massive stamina advantage. He goes for another sub bay. This fight is done.
Yeah, this mounted triangle is locked in. You know he's going to just drain with the struggle. Tries to transition out to backside, but this is going to be it. Locks in the triangle. The leg goes up. I love this for a finish. And what a performance in the ESFL debut by Jazz UFC. Welcome to the ESFL, man.
Welcome in, Jazz. Amazing performance. Utilized Yair Rodriguez very well. Let Tavo come into his wheelhouse and just started cracking him with rear body hooks, body shots, and he had 2 targets while, you know, his opponent was just headhunting with Ilia Topuria and did not work out for him.
Oh,
Just a lot of the shots, they weren't precision. I think maybe he expected that he was just going to walk through his opponent. And I think something that this game does really well in comparison to the others, those animations, actually trying to get to know the fighter. Jazz know who he had. He knew he had a guy who's really solid with kickboxing, really good off the back foot, and worked all parts of the region of the body of Topuria accordingly. And, you know, Tavo just wasn't there. He got 2 knockdowns, but couldn't stay composed. And Jazz stayed real clean, got it back on the ground tenfold, and finishes the fight with a submission. I think, you know, right there, that's a front runner for either performance of the night or submission of the night at the very least. Because that was nice. You don't see triangles very often in the ESFL.
no, you don't. You really don't. I mean, really well-rounded skill set. Loved it. As you said, Rob, it was going high, it was going low, gave him tons of problems, and that's why that flying knee landed. You said it was a blocking low, and absolutely beautiful flying knee that smashed him. And just goes to show, you know, some people meta picking Ilia Topuria. If you've got a good skill set, you can take someone like Ilia Topuria and you can piece them up, Rob.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
Yeah, sorry.
No, for sure. And Yair, it's so scary going against him because if you don't block like 1 or 2 of those body kicks, all of a sudden you're, you know, fighting an uphill battle, and then you're like, oh, is he gonna go high? Oh no, he just tripled up, and it just devastates you. So yeah, Yair's actually a really solid pick and a huge win by Jazz. A great opener to the ESFL.
All right, good stuff. Right, coming up next, these 2 guys are ready, so let's keep the action moving here tonight. We'll go into the middleweight division between a veteran and a relative newcomer here. We've got JC21, currently ranked number 31 in our legacy rankings. 12-13 on the record, though, but he's had some good wins, but he's suffered quite a few losses and gets to answer the call here tonight against Jody BJJ. Jody BJJ, this is just his 5th ESFL fight. But, Rob, what can you tell us about these 2 representing the USA and Ireland?
Yo, JC21, I've seen him a long time. I mean, he's the youngest ever ESFL champ. He's got a KO win over Swab Jamie, so I mean, this guy knows how to win in the big moments against high-tier players. Romero, how about Jody BJJ? I don't know too much about him. I know he's called the Soldier of God.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, man. You
Yeah,
guys got an
tell
American
me.
flag on it. Let me tell you something.
Tell me
that man is
something.
Dominican, all right? He's Dominican. You missing a Dominican flag. Jody BJJ, top 50 player. You know, he be in there. He be in the trenches. He gets good fights in. He put on a show in his last fight. He was throwing them things on tostones al cocotazo with his Dominican power, and he's going to try to showcase it against somebody who we had as a mercenary when it used to be the dark kid, JC21. He was putting in work in those fight camps. He helped clutch it out for us. So I got nothing but respect for both of these guys. I'm going to be a little bit more biased towards the Come Plátano Jody BJJ, but I'm here and we're here for ESFL and ready to watch some action, babe.
We go JC21 representing Ireland with the Adesanya pick in the blue corner, and we got Jody BJJ representing the USA here tonight from the Dominican Republic with, man, some crazy. Oh, beautiful uppercut already. This is a great shot selection and a really sort of static style from Pereira, not exiting the pocket, but I like Jody launching these shots, Rob. This is a lot of danger when Pereira's firing these shots at you, especially if he's not backing out and you can't get him to back up. There's a nice combo, though, from JC.
Yeah, when you're going against a prayer player, you know, any of these slips and these counter opportunities are devastating. They could like one-shot rock you, especially that right hand. But Jody showed not only great BJJ last time I was commentating with you, Romero, but he actually has really good striking. And you're seeing it already. He's walking him down. He's blocking his body nicely, and he's trying to get that slip uppercut.
patience too from Jody. I mean, Alex is a pick where if you go against him, you immediately have to have your defense on point. And Jody, like, the good thing about him is that even if JC tried to do anything, like, you know, take him down last second, you know, Jody a black belt in real life, and he got them things on the game. And he's winning on those short exchanges and the damage. Now, what I would like to see from JC21, he's boxing a little bit too much with Alex. Not that you can't with Adesanya, but you can utilize, you know, those body side kicks. You can use those front kicks to try to get a little bit of space or stab away at the stamina, because you're trying to trade with a dude who has massive power, man.
Yeah, he just got smashed there on the right-hand side of his face. A health event, well, not health event, but some kind of damage has been caused to that right eye. Could be a swelling, could be a cut. Already super early on. But I think you're right, and this is the most dangerous Pereira's going to be early on. Jody, I really like the patience in his style as well. Barely throwing any combos and just really looking for every shot. And JC, really a master counterfighter, so looking for his opportunities as well, but walking himself into range a little bit too much, perhaps, Rob.
Yeah, I think so. And also JC's like allowing Jody to fight at his pace and that Alex Pereira slow pace. And I would like to see him do some like lead leg kicks or like Romero said, some side kicks and just kind of mix it up, because right now he is just boxing.
Nice.
Jody, oh, worked out for him there, clipped to Romero, and Jody is starting to wobble.
Because Jody had one moment where he made a bad decision. He threw that body kick in the pocket, and Bailey will tell you in real life, throwing them kicks too close in the pocket can get you dropped. So a good way to kind of start edging the damage back in his favor. And one little knock that JC's had in his career, like, anybody can get a win on anybody, but what makes players great is consistency, and he's been lacking in that consistency. So if he's able to start building himself back up, he's putting pressure now on Jody BJJ. Now Jody's feeling a little bit of that issues. You know, he's lost before, and there's 35 seconds left in the round, but JC, he's starting to feel himself a little bit now.
Yeah, JC, a top 50 player in the ESFL, tons of experience against high-level competition. So in terms of making mistakes, he's been on the highest stages before, tries to almost overthrow a combination there, pulls it back at the last second, but gets hit by that right hand, slips the uppercut, which just about keeps him in it, rolls into that right hand though, but just stays on the feet as we end the round. Pretty close there, you know, especially with the rock coming out from JC, but I don't know, Rob.
Yeah, that was a tough one. JC, you know, was kind of losing. You were seeing the pace go in Jody's favor, but then the body kick, like Romero said, and then it got him clipped, and then that got JC to get in his rhythm, started to throw that lead body kick with Israel Adesanya, and then Jody able to, you know, to crack him with a big shot at the end of the round, and that's just that Poetan power. You're never safe in there. So far, good first round. Here we go, round number 2, boys.
Round number 2, not, you know, starting to pick it up a little bit now, but if there's anything that can happen for Alex is that Alex, with some of his heavier shots, they do drain a lot more stamina. So if you don't get that damage build off early on, and the guy you're going against is pretty crafty, you can start to losing those later rounds. Now, this is only a 3-round bout. Almost every single match is going to be a 3-round bout today. But Jody has to make sure that he lands big quality shots. Those stat numbers can be deceiving. People will see the numbers, hey, I landed 10 more, but if you only landed 10 little shots compared to Alex's big shots, you'll be in trouble. But JC's putting in some good work countering back, babe.
Yeah, nice work with the left hook, but there we go. We have a little exchange on the inside. He gets the worst of it, tries to throw the elbow, a little fatigued and wobbling backwards, going to give Jody all this real estate to retake the center and put the pressure on, and that left hand is going to come. I like how he's mixing it from an uppercut into the chucking lead hook that you get with Pereira, and it's going to put a lot of pressure on JC, who's letting the hands go on the inside here, using the head movement. Both men have flow states locked and ready to go. And we're approaching the halfway point of this fight right now. We'll see if anyone pops it once they find a bit of an advantage. But again, going toe-to-toe is JC, Robin, eating a ton of damage to the body.
Yeah, that was a 3-punch combo from Jody. Nice. You saw that power Poetan blasting the body. And every time JC, again, that's the danger against Alex Romero. Those body shots are devastating.
My Lord, he made the read. He noticed in round 1. I wasn't going to say nothing, but JC was pulling a lot after he was throwing 2 or 3 shots. And it seemed like Jody played a little bit of possum. You know, first he tried to counter to the head or feinted it. He goes for the body shots. And this is what's going to even out the stamina. Body damage snowballs so hard. And just when you thought JC was starting to get into a rhythm, Jody's starting to use a little bit of that Dominican Jiu-Jitsu. But JC says, hold on, I only got some Jiu-Jitsu too. And he's able to get back up to the feet, man.
Yeah, I mean, this is now heating up this fight. I mean, neither man feels like they can make too many mistakes. Both guys have shown they can capitalize on those split-second moments. JC just sort of sending out the shots, trying to keep Jody at distance because he knows another left hook is going to put him in real danger. His body slightly hurt as well, and there's a rear uppercut that tanked the stamina. Overhand left hook, right hook, left hook up on top as well. Jody's stringing together the combinations now compared to how he started, nice and methodical. But JC is really a kind of guy who can slip and rip and crack you and then end the fight before you found your way back in it. Now still pushing forward on Jody, and then again he throws that body kick and he comes forward one more time, Rob.
That same mistake Romero was talking about, the lead body kick got him in trouble, but Jody's still, doing well. And when Pereira's throwing those mix-ups, those body shots to the head, I mean, sometimes you can't really read it, and it is scary, Romero, when he's throwing shots like that when you're a little bit weaker in there on the durability.
When those animations got captured from 6 and you had fighters actually capturing their owner with the new technology, getting it from their fights, it plays so much into being able to disguise your shots, because you go compare the rear body hook here versus 5, it's not even the same thing, and it's able to let Jody sneak in these beautiful shots to the body. So now where JC, he still wants to pull, but one bad pull can lead to him getting flash KO'd. So we're heading here to round 3. Round 1 was kind of close, but round 2 definitely going to Jody. So momentum is on his side, and both gentlemen are still hanging here in the center bay.
Yeah, surprising that both men are still in it, considering all that's been done, but there's a right hook that lands beautifully. Long guards himself out of danger and rolls back to the body. We like to see that. But JC still moving forward. Nice straights time, but then he gets cracked with one from Jody. Hand to the body. Jody's coming forward, chaining hooks together, but JC still standing somehow. And surely in a ton of trouble. Probably going to down block and look for that uppercut as well, but the block is still just high enough on either guys. And we've seen no flow state. There's a rear uppercut. He drops it with a straight right for a second there. And Jody on the back foot, Rob.
JC making his last hurrah here. A couple good rocks, backing up Jody a little bit, getting that respect. But man, Jody just has the head. He's got the body. He's got 2 targets to damage, while JC just has 1 he's really focusing on. So I think Jody still has this, but he has to watch out. Romero, he slips over the top of the right hand and cracks him. Back goes JC.
Oh, and that's the death rock animation, as we call it. It made him stumble all the way back to the fence. He's really hurt. And part of the reason, the mistake that JC is making, he keeps trying to trade while his short-term stamina is low. As I'm saying it, does the commentator curse come? No! JC is able to recover into half guard and live, but he's got to get up if he wants to give himself a chance to win this fight. Jody was actually making a couple of mistakes in the feet that I was noticing, but the power of Alex is the great equalizer in that position. I don't know if he's going to stay on top. Yeah, he's gonna try to stay on top and secure the win here, babe.
Yeah, I mean, a fight of the night already. I think we can agree with that one. Tries to get the sweep. Nice deny there from Jody. He tries to posture. No, he's going straight for the get up. All right, 140 left on the clock here. I have no idea who's winning this fight because both guys have been hurt multiple times at this point, and it could end. JC is almost about to hit fatigued animation state if he hasn't already. He runs into another perfectly timed straight right hand. Jody waited for his moment, sent it down the middle. And that's just really good use. Back to what Romero's saying, I think, Rob, about knowing your fighter in the animation. That was a perfect straight right hand.
Yeah, just a sniper right down the pipe. And he jumped down to, just stay in top control because he's winning this fight. He's got the body damage, head damage. So why risk it? JC was throwing some good shots. It seemed like he was okay. But, yeah, just end the fight on top, Romero. Smart, get the decision, and a good performance from Jody throughout this bout.
Yeah, that backstep, that, using those little defensive tools like the minor steps at key moments like that, that is what's going to help you make those big splashes. But then we got 10 seconds left. I guess JC's probably going to go for a 1-2 head kick or something crazy. He's got to go for something because I think he's lost this one. But we'll see. Don't skip it, gentlemen. Please, for the love of God, don't skip it. We got to see it. I do think that Jody de Comer Plátano Dominicano won this fight. But you never know with these types of judges on this game. I'm leaning towards Alex Pereira. My boys, let me know who you guys think took that one.
Man, those body shots were devastating. He really started to turn the tide when he sunk those in. The lead body kicks, they were working. He also got himself in trouble because he was throwing them. But we will get the official decision with Mr. Mark Goddard in just a second. Jody on Pereira, JC on Adesanya.
Let's see.
All 3 judges. 30-27, 3 rounds to none. And there we go. Jody BJJ picks up another win in the ESFL, moves to 3-2. taking out the number 31 ranked JC21. Man, that was a great striking matchup. Both guys showed up to fight here tonight, and that was a real technical battle as well, Rob, even if it was just slugging at each other.
Yeah, super technical. It seemed like Jody was able just to get JC to play his game, played his speed. He started out with a nice slip uppercut. You could tell he'd been working on his striking, good body defense as well, not getting kicked too much. You saw JC coming back in round number 2. He was landing some nice uppercuts. Like Romero said, Jody was making a few mistakes on the feet, but nothing too scary. He didn't have to worry about the body either. And I feel like the good fighters that really make their opponents pay, Romero, are the guys that are attacking body, legs, and health, and really making them guess and just distributing that damage equally.
It's just really was key for Jody. I mean, that first round, I said Jody was landing the cleaner shot, so I was still pretty confident he won that first round as a judge. I saw second round came down to who had that composure in the firefight, and JC was moments away. You know, he started building on that little bit of momentum that he was building. One mistake, it cost him one mistake throwing. He kept leading for some reason. I don't know if Bay caught this, but he kept leading with the rear uppercut in a couple of his exchanges. And that's what got him in a lot of trouble. It consumes a lot of stamina to go ahead and use those rear-handed shots. And Jody was able to plant down, rip one down the middle, and he was able to get a couple stuns, a couple knockdowns, and ultimately end up securing this decision.
I think some people try and do that because if you land that rear uppercut and it's an interrupting strike, it really can just drain all that stamina off your opponent. But like you said, it's a lot of vulnerability to be loading from the hip like that. Cost him a few times in this fight, but congratulations. Great win there by Jody BJJ. Let's keep the night moving, gentlemen, because we have plenty more still to come, and we have another legend about to step up to the plate in Mr. Double Matt, representing Canada, number 687, but having many fights on big cards as well. Double Matt coming in as one of the most prolific wrestlers, also coming off a big win last time out, but he's got Lethal Weapons Pip. So, Rob, what can you tell us about these two as we get into this at lightweight?
Yo, I remember Double Matt. I haven't seen him too much in UFC 6, but I'm excited to see what he brings to the table. Yeah, it just says world-class grappler. He's got great clinch entries and OG of the scene. He's fighting out of Canada. I'm sure Romero's going to dive a little bit deeper into these two, but LW Pitt, 2-1. He loves to sprawl and brawl. He loves precision distance management, and he got a TKO win over Gaming Echo. I remember Gaming Echo, boys. That's the OG name right there, Romero.
Uncle Echo, we used to call Uncle Echo. I mean, Uncle Echo.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got one.
I remember.
And you know, Pip, if he's able to do that, then maybe he's able to nullify the grappling of Double Matt. I recall Double Matt. You know, he's one of the guys that has that. You guys know that little flair where it says certified EA UFC Unc. He has that. I don't have that. I haven't even been around that long, but Double Matt got it, and you know he's gonna be repping it. So. You know, seeing with these picks, like based on what I'm seeing here, I don't know. I mean, we got that over on the clinch entry. He's going Charles Oliveira, so we might see a replay of the BMF title fight between Oliveira and Holloway, or we're gonna see the hands of Pip. I'm just saying, it might be cooking here. But babe, we got ourselves a nice matchup. Let's let it unfold.
Indeed, this is just the fourth fight for Lethal Weapons Pip in the blue corner, picking up Max Holloway here tonight, representing the UK, and Double Matt, long-time veteran, 8-18, but he's the underdog tonight, according to our dub bot, but already going toe-to-toe. We know Double Matt comes to wrestle, but he's getting picking up on their feet already, dropped straight away by the hand speed of Pip, who's gonna take top position straight back to his feet, though, Rob, was maybe not the best decision.
Maybe not, and it looks like LW Simple Pip is on point right now. You saw that footies. Oh my goodness, but right down he goes. Double Matt showing that wrestling, and on top with Charles Oliveira with so much time on the clock, so many options. This is going to be interesting here. Romero.
And he kind of did a little bit of a Charles Oliveira sim there. You know, he got knocked down, and he's like, come on, get in my guard. I dare you. Gave him a bit of time to recover, a nice takedown. But Max is saying, you know, I got a little bit of jiu-jitsu. He was able to reverse him. I don't think you want to be in the full guard of Charles Oliveira because he had that perk ever since those perks were buffed. He can one-shot Max Holloway with a good submission entry, and he takes the back and wraps up that seatbelt, babe.
I was going to say, it's not easy to sweep Double Matt when he's on top of you. But maybe he wanted it. I don't know, because he's got this arm bars already locked in just 2 minutes. He wasted no time after getting dropped, but didn't really take much damage at all. Charles has got good head health. Gonna roll out of it, though. That's great work by Pip, and danger zone straight away, but we're straight with the butterfly hook back into full guard. and we'll see if Pip can survive and wisely gets back to the feet.
Yeah, Pip looks like he's got some good ground game, able to get out of that submission, back up to the feet, and he's really moving well with Max Holloway. There's a leg kick from Double Matt, starting to open up with some body kicks, but yeah, Simple Pip's looking great right now.
Man, I mean, yeah, this is something with these combinations. Dude, if we're talking about flow state, he was just on a flow state ripping off those A pieces. True Max Holloway. Now, the thing with Double Matt, where I'm seeing the issue with his striking, he's not picking his shots with Charles. He's moving his head a little bit too much. He does get the takedown, but that's not going to help him win the round. Unless he gets to mount, and unless he's able to get a deep submission, he's losing on the damage, and it's not a good start for, Charles Du Bronx. I would like to see Double Matt chill out a bit on the feet. Charles doesn't have the evasive style. He has that sturdy block style. He has signature jabs, cross, lead body hook, lead hook. You got to work that with Charles if you want to have success on the feet. And right now, some pretty good defense from Pip Bay.
Yeah, definitely. And we know Double Matt can strike, but Pip is unloading a bunch of combinations. This is the tough spot to be in this sprawl position, especially with nowhere near the cage. It's very hard to get up against a good player. Double Matt going to rotate to backside anyway because he can't stay there forever. Wisely wants to look for another submission. Like you said, this is building some damage. I don't know if he'll pop the flow state with the last 20 seconds left.
No, he shouldn't.
But on the feet, he is having difficulty, but using that straight to go into the takedown, if you open up, I don't know how many people have done this, but if you open up, your wrestling combos, you have tons of ways to shoot takedowns. There are multiple strike combinations you can throw before you shoot. And that's right. If Double Matt adds a little striking to his game, chains into some of those wrestling attacks, might make it a bit easier for him. But it's nice to see the grappler is getting the takedowns and the striker is getting the knockdowns. It's just a case of what happens over these next 2 rounds, Rob.
Yeah, and it seems like LW Pip is really looking for that lead uppercut, comboing off of it. And Double Matt's got to be careful not to dive into that, not to get clipped by that. He got clipped by it once or twice. But Double Matt's been able to lock in that turning down takedown again and again. So Simple Pip has to work. Watch out for that one, Romero.
It would behoove Double Matt to try to back him up behind the black line, not with strikes, but just with that Charles Oliveira pressure. Uses over-under, pulls him into guard. Into the flying triangle. Nice. That's kind of risky, though, if he gets reversed, but he gets him over into the mount. That is huge. And that was ballsy. He did that when they both had full stamina, and Pip could have reversed them and got on top. Now, if you are Double Matt, take your time in mount. You got 3 minutes to work. Try to get a little bit of work. He's going to be the 9 transitions, but right here, you're winning the fight here. So he can posture up, land some good blows, and that's exactly what he's doing here, baby. And now here's the damage incoming.
Well, he's picking his shots over the ground and pound there. That's nice work. Looking where Pip is defending and then letting it go rather than just spamming those top ground attacks. Now going to look for that armbar again, and he does roll into it this time. Gonna struggle. He's gonna deny that. There we go. Now Double Matt has a chance to sink something in. He's popped flow state here, and that should go in. Rolling to the belly down. And, wow, that is a ton of damage right there. I think he might have broken his arm, Rob.
Yeah, that's a huge play right there. And that's the momentum swinging back into Double Matt, and that's the block getting destroyed. That's, mental fatigue there. It's like, oh no, I got a sub on me. Romero, I'm nervous. This is getting kind of crazy. Can he keep his composure? We're about to see what kind of game Simple Pip has.
Simple Pip is doing a good job. He went to the sprawl position, relatively safe position, but he has to make a decision here. Turtle is, the ref can be very generous with the timer here, as it should be, but in Double Matt's case, he has the rear naked choke threat, he has the dart strap, he's going back to the seatbelt, showing off his jiu-jitsu. And his jiu-jitsu is looking very, very clean right now. It's looking like he's trying to get the rear naked choke. Pip wisely defends that rear naked choke. And here's the worst part about it for Mr. Pip. All this control time, the damage on the feet wasn't too crazy, and that deep sub. There might be a situation where Pip is going to need 2 knockdowns in round 3, or he's going to have to straight up finish him, because it might be for Double Matt, he might be cruising to a win, or the fight might end up being a draw, and we've had a couple of those on the ESFL, Bay.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised. Judges really favor a ton of damage with the submissions, and that's about as much damage as you can get. Pip is doing a good job denying and surviving, but right here, this is a bad spot to be. The stamina's all the way down. Will Double Matt send it up?
No.
Gonna transition to half guard top instead. Straight posture up. He's got so much of a stamina advantage. He's going to choose to ground and pound, though, rather than look for another submission. Perhaps felt like he didn't have enough time to sink it in. But you're right about the damage, Romero. There's very little on double mat. Same for Pip, but he's lost so much of that stamina bar, and all this is definitely going to guarantee him a round. Sweep at the end. But I don't know, man. It's definitely one apiece, if not a little 10-8 going on there.
Huge round for double mat to get back into this fight. As great as Simple Pip was looking, and that was looking scary at the end there, Romero, with when you're in rear naked choke position. He had time to sink it in, so I guess a good job by Simple surviving there. But here we go, round number 3. What do you think is going to happen in this fight?
I mean, this first minute is going to be telling, right? He throws a standing band flow state, and you know that gives a buff to Max, so double mat has to keep his composure. He is by the fence, and it doesn't seem that double mat has that defensive awareness to understand his cycle. He's trying to shoot. He gets put in that position. I hate the most that goddamn single under. Lord, I hate that position. But he's there. Oh, he's firing back to the jab cross. Nice lead hook cross. Makes a mistake. Throws the body kick in the pocket. And that's not what you want to do. He gets the over under the night. He's starting to panic grapple. It's going so wild right now. The stream is slowing down. Yo, I'm telling you, it's slowing down. The pressure is real. He throws the jab. Oh, he's put him out.
Oh, my God. What a finish from Simple Pip. You said it, Romero. He needed to finish. Those uppercuts you knew were coming as soon as he popped that flow state. And sometimes you just get sort of chain rocked, wobbled against that fence. You can't get the button pushes off, or you try and get an animation going. You get caught. He level changes right into it. It breaks through the block as well, but it's the left hook on the way down, Rob, that puts him out.
Yeah, Simple Pip came out in that 3rd round, and he knew, hey, I just lost that last one. Walked him down. Popped that flow state, and then he just started unleashing the lightning from his Max Holloway Genie bottle, and you saw it. I love them flat lines against the cage, and that's where you have to be real careful is against the cage, Romero, because you can go out quick if you get trapped back there.
Man, that it sucks for double mat. He was coming close to getting that, getting that comeback there. Pip understood the assignment. He loaded up that round 3. He's like, I'm gonna walk this dude down. Part of that was because he felt comfortable, because double mat was mainly just blocking. He was only blocking. He wasn't slipping predictably. He was kind of preemptively slipping and hoping that he would avoid something. But right there by the fence, you can't afford to do that. You got to recognize those sequences. And by the time he tried to time the next shot, he ducked into an uppercut, got rocked to God knows hell. And Pip is able to basically get a comeback, because that fight was destined to be a draw if it was a regular round at the very least. Great for Pip, and it sucks for double mat because that jiu-jitsu was looking good. But we're on to the next bout. We got Elite King trying to rep it through with Yair. Is this what we're going to see? Yair Rodriguez versus Ilia Topuria?
Maybe. Let's go if they're ready to go at featherweight between these two. I know the guys in the Twitch chat and the YouTube chat love that finish from Pip right there. They love the comeback win, so well done, Pip, for coming on back. And a lot of people said a name they haven't heard in a while, so he's back, as they say. But here we go. Moving on to the next one. We're going to featherweight. We've got Elite King taking on Kieran Crow. Elite King repping Canada. Kieran Crow representing the UK right here as well. But 78% chance to win, according to our dub bot right here. So, man, we'll see what plays out. Kieran Crow currently ranked 132 out of our ESFL roster. 5-2. That's a pretty good record to get things started for Crow. Looking to represent tonight, and you might be right, Rob. I think we might get Ilya versus Yair yet again.
Yes, sir. I mean, Ilya has been a strong pick. Not too many people have been successful with Ilya Topuria, but there it is. Yair for Elite King and another crazy matchup. Kieran's got to be careful of those body kicks. Yair's body kicks are so nasty, Romero, but let's see. You know anything more about these fighters? What are you thinking about this fight here?
I think the thing with Elite King is that he tends to overthrow a lot in those early rounds. I don't know if he's going to do the same, but he will throw. He will concede a lot of that stamina, trying to get the damage off immediately. So that way, even if he's low on stamina, he'll be able to pull away the fight and keep you at bay with damage. Now, Kieran Crow is well-rounded, and unlike the other Topuria that we saw to kick off the card, he can grapple pretty well. He has calf kicks. He is, however, though, kind of using that UFC 5 meta strat with his shot selection. And with Ilia Topuria, that is asking to fall into some good counters because players are better now. This ain't UFC 3, where only a select few guys had the weapon. Not everybody's seen everything. Everybody's seen the tutorials, so everybody's lining everybody up. A beautiful head kick attempted there from Mr. Yair Rodriguez, and Elite King is off to a good start right there.
Yeah, he's barely taken any damage right here. He's mixing things up really nicely. When Kieran's closing the inside space, he's hammering him back to the body, and he's blocking a lot of these shots that come up, so he's able to sort of counter after the offense is finished from Kieran Crow. Maybe needs to reset, find a way on the inside, rather than just walking into range, because that's kind of the problem the last Taporia had, and Elite King unloading on Kieran Crow right now, Rob.
Yeah, and Elite King is utilizing some feints with the jab,
Oh my
body
God.
feints, and he's really doing a great job and just systematically picking apart Kieran early here. Coming in with his footwork, coming out, using head kicks, front kicks. I mean, he's all over him here early, Romero.
Look at the flow states as well. Yeah, Romero.
Yo, the flow, like, you get rewarded for that flow. Look how high it is already. And Kieran, he's not fighting like Taporia. He's trying to do these slip body combos. He's not really timing it right. He's in southpaw, and now he switches back to orthodox. And what he has to realize is that with Taporia, build your damage. You don't have to go combo for combo with this guy, but you also don't need to, you don't have to force, you don't have to take turns. And that's been the issue I'm seeing now between the two Taporia players. And much like the last one, I would like to see him just shoot a takedown. Throw your ego to the side, shoot a takedown, because there it is. There's a takedown, and he gets him down. I'm on fire, bro. I just be calling these things, man. I just be calling them, babe.
Wise decision as well. Like you said, throw the ego out the window. You're a well-rounded player and fighter, and you're definitely going to need it. No one's going to rage quit on you on this one. You know what I mean? Go for them takedowns. You need it. Good top position control, but he's definitely probably lost this round as Kieran. So let's see what he can do to build back a little momentum going into the next. There's a nice deny there from Elite King, stopping that full mount. And now straight back to full guard himself. Double foot on the hip fake there. Going to throw a few shots. We'll see if some submissions come up. There's a little preview of what's to come. These guys get to feel each other out on the ground. Elite King showing no problems, working off his back, going to hit the backside as well off one side fake. That's nice work for Elite King and gives Kieran a little pause perhaps going into the next round, Rob.
Yeah, for sure. You took him down, you got hurt, but man, he just got up, reversed the position on you, and now you're against the cage with Elite King, who looks pretty elite here early in round number one, and probably is going to take that first round here, I would say, Romero, with his performance so far.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, the takedown, again, smart. Came a little bit too late. Don't know why he's fighting southpaw with Taporia. You're losing out on so much of your power. It's not looking, I know his foot's a little bit damaged, but you could still stay in orthodox. You got to walk him down, start letting loose those body combinations. Taporia has some signature animations. There goes that. Ooh, let loose is that. Gets a nice bail to the back, and he's able to slow him down as he pops his flow state. This is beautiful, beautiful strategic work from Kieran Crow, man.
Yeah, exactly what you want to do when your opponent, especially Yair pops the flow state. We're going to go into the Dars choke here as well, which is, I find, one of the easier submissions to read on your opponent's defenses. The problem is it's easy to also then for them to defend the choke attack, and he's going to roll through to the back instead. All back flat, and he's going to roll through the half guard. Wow. I mean, I got to say, Elite King did a good job surviving there. He was in some bad positions, straight past the side control, but there's not much stamina on either side. They're going to have to take a pause to let it regen. We're about 3:30 left in this round, still all to play for, but it's been very back and forth this entire round so far.
Yeah, for sure. Good job getting to that sprawl position right up to the cage. So Kieran has showed time and time again throughout this fight, he can get back to his feet, which gives him a lot of comfortability in the feet to unleash and let his full arsenal detonate upon Kieran, and he looks just so good on the feet so far here.
This is right here, right? Like that entire exchange. What that did was start to kind of tweak the stamina in the favor of Kieran Crow. Now he pops the Tiger Flow State,
he's
and we get another flash drop
goodness.
by the fence. Dude, the way he utilized, look, he saw that flow state pop up for Yair Rodriguez. He said, I want nothing of it. I'm taking it away from you. I'm shooting a takedown, taking him down. The moment he gets him to the fence, the moment he got him to the fence, he was able to rip over those shots, let loose the body hooks, and he's able to get a beautiful finish. The crowd is going wild, so wild to the point that it's frozen on the screen. So great work from Kieran Crow. Another comeback victory. Guy getting a knockdown. Is that going to be the way of the land today? Guys are just getting knockouts by the fence when they're losing. Tell me about it,
Man, it's tough because you get, especially with Tapura, the hit stun from those body shots are so extreme. You take two and you think you've got your window to maybe fire back or pull out of range, but if you're wobbly on your feet, you can't hit a pivot. It's really, really dangerous territory to be. So unfortunately there for Elite King, man, he was performing really well, but Kieran Crow absolutely seized his moment. And you know, a lot of people don't like how powerful that flow state is on Ilya, but you got to get on the inside range. Elite King couldn't keep him off him, and ultimately it was a good moment for Kieran to capitalize on that. So well done, good finish from Kieran. Crow moves to 6-2 in the ESFL here as well, which is very impressive and makes good on being the favorite here tonight as well. So good win there for Kieran Crow representing the UK tonight. I like that. That's good. All right, let's move on to the next matchup here.
Wow.
We've got some great fights still coming for you tonight. Don't forget the main event. We've got Zyaf taking on Winter XJ. We also have DirrtyDave and K1's Carnalito, undefeated so far. Carnalito in the ESFL, so looking forward to seeing him, see if he can keep that record going. But let's move to flyweight, where we haven't been here tonight for some high-paced action. We've got Keza, number 47, so top 50, 16-3 in the ESFL, but he's taking on Sir DJD. And Sir DJD, Rob, this is his debut, Rob. So what can you tell us about Kez or anything of these picks, mate?
Yeah, you know, Sir DJD is going to have his absolute hands full here in his ESFL debut because Keza is a veteran. He's motivated. You know, he talks a little smack. He's one of those guys that has pretty much everything in his game. He's patient. He loves to pressure strike. A 74% finish rate, Romero. And yeah, he's bringing a lot of experience into the octagon tonight, and he's been competing all over the scene in UFC 6.
Keza, you know, he dedicated his last win to me. He chose Cortez Acosta. You know, so I'm going to be rooting for him a little bit here. The matchup is nice. You know, we got Brandon Moreno versus Brandon Royval. Those guys have had classics in real life. The Phoenix perk, very good perk, especially when your head health starts to get really low. Reduces the duration of stuns as well. And it's going to serve him against Brandon Royval. Everybody loves Brandon Royval ever since he got buffed. And in UFC 5, the range of Royval works really well.
Yeah.
However, he is lacking in the power department. I mean, Moreno has 91 power. Royval has 90. So these two together, they're going to be hitting tit for tat big.
I like the use of the liver kick already. Just has to be careful because Kez is trying to force the boxing on the inside. He's timing it well as Kez is breaking from these inside exchanges, and there's some nice combination work from Keza. Definitely the veteran here tonight. Again, top 50 player, had a lot of experience against top guys. 3-1 so far in UFC 6 as well, so doing a great job with the new game. And wow, I mean, DJD using that long guard there to keep him out of trouble, but he can combo back himself there. Nice work as well. Ooh, this is heating up, Rob.
Oh, yeah, and Brandon Moreno and Brandon Royval, just vicious, fast strikers. Whenever I'm playing against them, I'm always trying to kickbox and trying to stay away from those hands because they are just lightning quick. Brandon Royval, just insanely fast. So this is going to be a great fight. Both guys moving pretty well. You're seeing Keza trying to utilize those 4-point combinations and take the center of the octagon. But Sir DJ is like, no, I'm throwing body kicks. I'm in this one.
Yo, Brandon Moreno has a signature switch kick to the body that he finished. I believe it was Kai France with it. Yeah, finished Kai France with it. It's a good tool. The animations can be a little bit wonky, but it is kind of how he throws it.
What was that? Okay.
Double bullet.
Double pip slap. Okay, we love those.
Sir Pimp.
I was gonna say, you know, I like to personally use Manel Cop against Brandon.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
He has that power and he has good kicks. But these two, he's making good on it. The fight is really close. They're both chipping away at each other in damage. We do know what flow states they have available. Tries to cheat that open stance, but he parried by accident, misses the window to counter him, man.
Man, I liked what DJD did there. It was really nice defensive work. Then landed the head kick, and now the flow state gets popped, and he's opening up. Got to cover up. The straight light sits him down there. DJD under attack. He has his own flow state. Might wait till it's the end. The double bullet comes out yet again. But DJD's looking really good with his defensive work here tonight, I think, Rob. He's able to avoid a lot of damage and then little backslide there to land another liver shot. This is nice work off the back foot from Sir DJD.
Yeah, for sure. And he's also preemptively slipping after combos. He's trying to look for shots that he could slip and counter. And I love the way he's mixing the body kick and the head kick. He's distributing his damage more equally, and that's just going to open up more targets. But Keza, I do like the double bullet. He's being creative. 4-punch combinations. He's putting a lot of pressure on Sir DJ Romero, but I think Sir DJ's up in this fight personally.
I mean, he just got dropped, so I don't think he's up right now. Yeah, but I will say now he's starting to find a little bit more of his shots. He did get dropped, and he took some big shots there. Keza, I think, is the one that's kind of taking this round. But the pulls, the defense from DJ is keeping him in this fight. What I'd like to see more from Mr. Brandon Royval, I want him to see, look, it can be cheeky. Work the body straight. You work the body straight, start stabbing, get big reactions from Keza. Because right now he's trying to trade with the shorter man in the pocket, and while you can do that a little bit easier on this game, it just puts too many things in a 50-50 bag.
Man, his face is messed up, though. Keza's taking some damage to that nose. Oh, a triple body shot. And up top again. Rob, you're right about mixing up the targets there. The Phoenix boost coming in, though. So that Phoenix perk keeping Kez on the feet. Trying not to get rocked and dropped it. And he's firing back. Sir GJD, though, with that pull, has been keeping him out of danger. There we see it again. Body, head work one more time, just tapping the straight left. And man, Kez getting kind of frozen here as he's under so much attack. Lovely hook counter there as well. What a flow DJD is finding right now in this round.
100%. And Kez has got to worry about the body shots coming in. He has to worry about the legs, the head, and Sir DJ is just doing so well. He's locked in for his ESFL debut, but he connects. Kez is always dangerous. That head health is low, Romero, on Sir DJ, so he is in big trouble as well. But right now, he's just doing the better job. But no, here he comes, Keza. Like you said, Romero, on fire.
This is the way when you trade and you get too eager and you're getting like, okay, I won this exchange, and you start pushing the advantage more than you need to. Just as things are looking good, he gets dropped again. And this is where probing would help him out a lot. A lot of these guys, both of them right now, they're kind of cycling through some combinations. I think a lot of the 4 pieces from Mr. Royval is landing in those straight shots. And those opportunities are there for him to counter. Pops the Phoenix flow state, so he's able to mitigate the damage. Gets back in the pocket because the health is restoring. The range of Royval's keeping him out of, keeping him out of danger. But look at the regen. Look at the way the health is recovering right now for him. High kick too for Mr. Moreno. But that's 2 knockdowns now for Keza, and part of that has come from the mistakes of DJ. But a front kick gives him a rock bait.
Man, that's a nice front kick. We don't see people throw the front kicks anymore. It really disappeared from the game, and they just stood in the pocket with no block left and got dropped. The head out for so dangerous low. One more shot might have actually finished the fight right there. And I was going to say, I'm surprised that Keza hasn't attacked the body more, considering the head movement of DJD. Hitting that body shuts down that head movement real quick, but hasn't even needed it. And the amount of damage that Sir DJD has taken now, Rob, is really, really starting to add up. It's starting to look super dangerous for him.
Yeah, he's in serious trouble, Bay. And, he's done great work to the body, to the head, but any of these shots now could be a finish for Keza. Keza has a little bit of a stamina disadvantage, but here on the ground, can he get this denial? No. He's able to get back up to his feet, jumps on the backpack, and he's going for a little submission ride here.
40 seconds left. I don't think there's enough time to finish a submission, especially with the stamina disadvantage. This is where Royval has a bit of an advantage over Moreno. I don't know if you guys know this, but in this fight against Joshua Van, you guys want to know how many shots this man threw? Oh, nice. Beautiful reversal with the Granby. He threw 486 shots, bro. 486 shots in a 3-rounder. Royval's cardio is for real. And we're starting to see, look, we've seen some comebacks in round 3. We saw a comeback in round 2. The knockdowns are in the favor. 4 knockdowns total.
Wow. The chin on Royval. I mean, Jesus. It has been a chaotic fight for sure. I mean, both guys, especially this weight class, you really just have to let the hands fly and be super confident in your combinations and your reads. I've loved the head movement from DJD, but it's not kept him from getting knocked down. 3 knockdowns has to be a 10-8 round, no question. So we talk about the comeback. He's got to find a way to put him out here, Rob.
Yeah, he does. Sir DJ, he's been slipping pretty well. That's not how you want to start out the fight, missing the head kick like that, but Keza unable to capitalize. But yeah, Sir DJ's looked really good in his debut. He's been locked in. Oh, but uppercut again from Keza. There's a combination. Down goes Sir DJ. He's in trouble. Can he get the slam? Yes, he does, and that is terrible for Sir DJ with so much time on the clock.
Man, that was a beautiful look. The way that he switched it up and went for the hip toss. other players on this card need to take some notes from Keza because he is mixing up the martial arts. He understands the assignment, is able to successfully deny the get-up attempt with the butterfly hooks, tries to go for a 710, goes up for the get-up. All right, we're in territory here. The damage is in favor of Keza. It's in favor. He can get the finish here. But one bad string of attacks, he now recognizes it, and look, just as he's pressing, he takes him down. This is what you're supposed to do. This ain't UFC K1, brother. This is UFC. It's MMA, and he's taking him down, and he's going to try to secure the victory here on ESFL, babe.
Yeah, man. I mean, smart gameplay. This is the esports fight league. You know, absolutely, you need to mix things up and find the way to win. Fighting very smart there. DJD is on the feet, though, so there's still a present and real danger. And the body damage, it started to add up. I don't know if that's going to cause problems if he can get a combo off, but he's eating that uppercut about 6 times in this round, and there, bang, as Rob says, he gets put down with a left hand.
And that's Keza. He was not afraid to throw his shots. You know, some players, when they're ahead, sometimes they don't throw, but he was not afraid. He was letting those hands go on his opponent who had low head health, Romero, and he got the KO, the flatline in round 3 to finish off a wonderful performance with Brandon Moreno.
I mean, that was just beautiful. Well done. I mean, Royval, for what it's worth for Royval, both in standing bang and both in MMA, Royval, if he gets to a lead and he gets that jab working, it's really, really difficult to go up against him. However, because his power's on the low end, if he starts to find himself at a disadvantage and you start trading more than you need to, he doesn't have the offensive wrestling. He does have good wrestling off of his back, good jiu-jitsu off of his back, excuse me. But here, he wasn't able to get him into rubber guard, wasn't able to do much to try to even things out. And Keza, dude, he dedicated this fight to me as well. And he's got another one against a Discord menace known as Bone doing work. And he's dedicating that next fight to me too. This guy's doing it all. I love this guy, man. Every time Keza fights, I gotta commentate, man. He just gained the W's. But speaking of W's, these guys are trying to get some of their own as we have a firefight going on between Joe Goldberg, who did impress in his last time out, and Charlie 18.
Yeah, Charlie 18 making his debut. Unfortunately, the debut not working out for DJD right there, but still an impressive performance. Put on a show for everybody. Did some damage. It was some nice work. But let's move on to the next fight. You're right, Romero. We're going back to middleweight here as well. We've had some buffs to a few of the fighters, including Mr. Strickland, who Goldberg is hovering over here. But he's taking on Charlie 18, 0-0 Charlie 18, making his ESFL debut, representing the UK here tonight. But Joe Goldberg, Rob, inside
Strickland.
the top 300 in the ESFL.
Hold on. It's not Charlie's debut, brother. I remember him. He lost to Cerberus. He beat Drake UFC.
Oh, you're
that
right.
performance against Drake UFC was very, very clean. He lost a decision to Cerberus. It was a good fight. Charlie's good. Charlie's very, very good, Rob.
Charlie bit me, mommy. Joe Goldberg, yeah. You know, this is going to be a good one because Sean Strickland, you know, little UK versus America. You got to get the memes in there, huh, Balian? Sean Strickland, Oath Kex. Wait, Oath Kex is Charlie? What's going on here?
No,
Oath Kex?
brother.
I'm confused.
Joe Goldberg is Oath Kex.
Okay, thank you. I know Oath Kex. I've seen him. He's competed in my tournaments, at Primetime MMA. This guy is really good, and he's really improving. He's locked in right now, and his Sean Strickland is going to be dangerous. So with those new buffs, Romero, what buffs are we going to be seeing here on Sean Strickland? More damage, more block?
It's going to be more block. I mean, maybe some adjustments to his moveset. Yeah, definitely on the block. I mean, for Strickland,
Silva, though.
I mean, he got chin. He got his chin buff to 97. Cardio's 99. Punch power, kick power got buffed to 91. Right. Punch speed got up to 95. Kick speed got put up to 92. Body to 96.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's more durable. And we're going to see right here, Anderson Silva is a very, very good pick. He's not one of the guys who's been cursed with feather step. He's just that nice. And what I like to see with Anderson Silva, rip the front kicks up the middle early. And he had, look at that beautiful animation. Unfortunately, that's not beautiful. I don't like to see that. No. But
we definitely don't.
We definitely don't like seeing that. But the rear body kick, it's a nice animation. That little you like that Anderson Silva has when he's throwing, it's there, hands down, and it looks beautiful. And he's doing a smart job of working the legs of Sean Strickland, babe.
Yeah, I love how he's circling to his right constantly from southpaw, chopping the lead leg as he circles off. Also, one thing I was about to say, there we go. I mean, he's using those body kicks now because he cannot headhunt Anderson Silva with just the boxing, which you want to do with Strickland because the head movement on Silva is so good. Plus, you have perks to help with it as well. So he's going to have to mix up the targets and work that body, or he's going to have a hard time connecting. Catches that body kick, but the knee comes off. But there's some more roundhouses. Charlie, though, showing he will catch those kicks as well, Rob.
Yeah, and that's what you got to do when body kicks are coming. Show you could defend. Show you could catch them. Because if your opponent starts reading, hey, you can't block these, you're going to die. I know very well in range. But yeah, the block Romero on Anderson Silva, because he has that unique block, he cannot rely on it. Look at his block gauge. It's getting blown up early by Sean Strickland.
Yeah, lots of head movements important. Now, if I'm Oaf Kex, what Sean Strickland's best body weapon is, it's that lead body teep. I know we see all the memes about Sean Strickland and him marching forward, but that lead body teep is a level 4 or 5. That rear body teep is also, I think, level 4 or 5 potentially.
Wow.
They might be 4. So you're better off using those as your body weapons as opposed to trying to throw the rear roundhouse. As for Anderson Silva, I like to see that he's kind of popping out those 1-2s aside. He's moving laterally, maybe trying to bait out a body kick to try to trip him. Block counter opportunity missed there for Mr. Anderson Silva. And we're starting to see that cardio and that block confidence from Sean Strickland, babe.
Yeah, I would like Charlie to get back on the legs. I think early on, that's a really nice little tool he can use. And it's going to slow down his opponent here in Goldberg and really just chip away at that. The block gauge is really, really high on Strickland, so it's going to be hard to punch through and do that. So mixing up the targets is going to hopefully allow you to get more damage off, start to accumulate it. Leg health damage is fairly even, though, because some of them have been checked. But you're right, some teeps up the middle would be nice from Goldberg. If he can find the time to land them, there's a nice roll into a left hook over the top as well from Charlie. And Anderson does have a fair amount of power, but all the accuracy as well is going to help him find those openings. Starts low to the body here. If Goldberg can make those reads and get those uppercuts going, it'll probably help him out as well.
Yeah, what do you think, Romero? I feel like Charlie may be staying in the pocket too long, relying on Silva's block and kind of finding in the range of Sean Strickland. But right when I say that, there it is. Success. He lands a couple shots, gets the rock.
Slight speed advantage for Anderson Silva in the pocket. But the block is the big determiner there. He gets hit by some big shots. He ducks the head kick at the end of the round. We could have seen a GG no re right there.
GG no re.
Man, close round. Man, I might be leaning to Strickland has some quality shots. I know we got a stun from Mr. Anderson Silva, but it's the body kick landed pretty well. Tough round to score. It's quality over the one stun, right, Bay?
Yeah, definitely. But I think that uppercut, he started to feed that in, did Goldberg, and he timed Charlie, because Charlie's been level changer with those body shots, especially that left hook to the body as he's circling off. So that uppercut, I think, will be key. He gets slipped, though, right there where he throws it. So that's not necessarily the best idea. But the head movement from Charlie has been pretty good. Has run into a few shots as well. And even though he's been chopping up the legs, he's taken a fair amount of leg damage himself. I'd like to see him maybe bait something out from Goldberg and then look to counter.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. Maybe back up a little bit, use those body works. But yeah, he just like moving right, staying in the center, really relying on his boxing, kind of coming in and out with some kicks. But I don't know. I feel like he's not using Anderson's full repertoire, Romero, but I could be wrong.
Oh, no. I mean, look, Anderson Silva's roundhouse, it's level 5. The leg roundhouse, his rear roundhouse is level 5. His rear front kick's level 5. For Strickland, for some reason, the lead.
No!
He front kicked his connection. He front kicked his connection. One of these guys got front kicked out of their connection. I mean,
we'll get.
Oh no!
We got word from the back.
We got
about what's going to happen. Where we may or may not run it back. We're probably going to move on to the next fight anyway if it's ready, and we may run this one back. It was a good contest. It was heating up nicely as well there. Good picks. We don't see that every single day, especially in middleweight. But unfortunately, to be fair, there were some problems since that fight started there with connection issues, and we had the network screen come up a few times as well. So we'll let you know what happens with that one when we come back round to it. But let's move on to the next fight because these guys are ready to go. These are a couple of professionals we're dealing with right here as well. We've got number 113th ranked Drizz representing the UK taking on Trixie, who's currently number 8 in the world, Rob. This is a banger of a fight, maybe even fight of the night. Let's have a look at these two.
Yeah, these two are real talented fighters. Don't blink in this one. Drizz season, he actually fought Nas UFC, was doing really good in round number 1, threw a head kick, Nas ducked, unloaded on him, smashed him, knocked him out. Driz season though, super good striker, Romero. But Trixie, we know him. We've seen him so many times. Top 10 UFC 4 Xbox champion. Driz won the $1,000 community ESFL tournament. So both these guys, fantastic competitors, fantastic strikers. Can't wait.
I mean, Trixie, he was there on Vegas. You know, I think he might place 6, I think it was. So he was in the top 8. Just, you know, just coming up short. He's coming off of a big win against my teammate, Papa Doc. He got knocked down in the first round, was able to keep his composure, utilized a beautiful game plan with the rear body roundhouse, and was able to pull away in round 3. But not a 5-rounder this time. We got ourselves a 3-rounder. And I'm pretty sure both of these guys were ESFL champions, if I am not mistaken.
Look at those sexy shorts on Holloway right there. I mean, those are glorious. Tricky Swifts with the Max Holloway pick at the blue corner right here. Driz going Ilia Topuria, excuse me, there in the red corner here. We got USA versus the UK. With Tricky and Driz representing the UK here. But here we go. Pressure from Driz. We haven't seen Topuria do that well. We have seen some wins here tonight, but only comeback wins, really. And it's a case of trying to get yourself into range without taking too much damage on the outside. We'll see what the tactic is here. Lands a nice right hand and a straight right. Because Tricky doesn't move the feet, wants to stay in the pocket. There's a nice left straight, though, that keeps that pressure off him. And Driz just has to be careful because the combinations of Max come and they don't stop, Rob.
They don't. And in the hands of Trixie, who fires off lightning 3-punch, 4-punch combinations. Ooh, nice 2 shots from Driz. And I was interested to see who would take the center early. And it's Driz putting the early pressure on Trixie, landing some good shots. Big combinations on him early, Romero. And he's looking pretty strong, pretty fast here. Is Driz. Season.
As the card progresses, you're going to see the levels of the fighter. These players level up. And Driz, man, like the way that he's moving at this moment. He's picking the shots. He's constantly look at the head of virtually untouched right now by Trixie. And I don't know who picked this weight class, but if it was Driz or if it was Trixie, depending on who it is either the best choice they could have made or the worst mistake for the other guy, because Max Holloway's head up is getting chewed up, makes a mistake though, tries to throw a body kick with Topuria, and it's giving Trixie a chance to push him back, but he gets met with a barrage of punches by Ilia Topuria. Excuse me, man. It's just firing off. It's just firing off there.
Yeah, Driz landed some lovely shots, and he's leading with his right hand quite often, which means that first shot is cracking him, and then he can follow up with a couple more. That's good work from Trixie, though, landing a nice counter and buying himself a bit more time and evening up the damage. He's landed a few to the body as well, which was nice work, so we'll see what Trixie can find and get off. Getting some flow boost there as well, but Driz already has that flow state charged, and he's doing huge damage every time that right hand lands, Rob. The jab into the lead hook, and his pullback right hand has been really nice as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Left
hand
hook.
connects, wobbles Trixie. Trixie's moving against that cage right there, and this has been so many problems. Trixie again digging to the body, going upstairs. Trixie trying to find how can I keep this guy off of me, Romero? How can I get back in this fight? And you see him, he's trying his best using that pivot movement, but the body damage is too much, Romero. Too many big shots from Driz.
Oh, dude, I mean, at this point, I think part of it right now is, wow, that should not be that fast, all right? Anywho, just saying, yeah, because Topuria is not a body kicker. But anywho, from Trixie, he needs to survive this round. And when he goes and survives this round, exactly what he did right there, work the body. If nothing else, if you can't start getting the head off down, sneak in the body work, get the stamina low, so then when you start trading to the head and his short-term stamina is recovering, you're going to do some extra damage. It's a tall order that as the momentum is in the favor of Driz season, but if anybody can do it, it's Trixie.
Yeah, Trixie has Max Holloway as well. He's got good recovery and great health stats with the chin and the body health. His nose is absolutely destroyed, though. So we'll see if Driz can continue to land these big right hands. There's a nice left hook from Trixie. I wouldn't mind seeing him sneak in some of those spinning back kicks to keep the pressure off, but he's landed a beautiful combination. He's point down now, and he's going to just try and build on this momentum. Pushes him back to the fence and starts to double jab head kick, and he gets cracked to the body. This is bad news. Oh, God, Rob, this is not good. He shoots a takedown.
You shoot me.
Oh, there's the huge takedown as well. This is going bad, but he defends it. Still against the cage, though. And when all the momentum was in the favor of Trixie, boys, he threw that head kick inside the pocket, and Driz stole it all back. Now he's walking him down, Romero, and Trixie does not have the durability to withstand the Drizzy punishment.
Conchale, bro, like the way that he threw that, it was unnecessary. And I've seen that a couple times. You know, those UFC 3, UFC 4 habits come back to haunt us. He throws that head kick. Maybe he thought it was going to turn to a body kick. Nah, bro, it's going to double that head kick. And because he throws that head kick, just as he was doing well, now the body health is in a horrible spot. He defended that takedown, but he took some damage from that slam. And now Trixie's in a situation where the best way for him to win is going to be Driz sees it's going to have to really, really mess up on the defensive action. He's going to have to rely on the cardio and the hand speed of Max Holloway to pull this fight back. He cannot afford to put his back to the fence bank.
Yeah, Trixie's still giving him something to worry about. That nice straight right. He's had a few pull counter opportunities. But Driz, I think, taking his time, gets tagged with a left hook, but doesn't seem to be too worried about what's coming back at him. And that whiff is going to force him back further. I wouldn't mind seeing Tricky trying to hit some of these pivots off the same side hook block, move out to the same direction. Chances are he's not going to go left. He'll be left-right, but it's really a tall order when you got someone like Driz who's super calculated with the shot selection, but trying to land some uppercuts here, Rob.
Yeah, and Driz doing a good job just pressuring with his presence, not always throwing, but electing to go to that body, to go upstairs. I even saw him do a fake takedown. That was, like you said earlier, Bailey, just utter clinical. He's a surgeon in there, committing surgery on one of the best players, Trixie. He's playing Operation, and there's no buzz.
Oh, my Lord, he might get finished here. I mean, if he postures up and let do some bombs, he gave him a chance. He's giving him a chance to live. I mean, I don't know here. There's a great denial from Trixie to stay in the fight, but that damage icon, the doctor stoppage icon's there. Driz is trying to prove a point right here. Like now, it's a lot easier for him with Ilya Tapuri to get the finish here off the ground and pound. And he does!
Wow. What an elbow!
19 seconds left!
Man, that was a beautiful elbow there. Just a definitive stamp on it. Heavy shot.
Roses.
Way to take the full mount and just unload. The damage was just too much, I think, Rob.
Yeah, for sure. Driz, from the opening round, was landing devastating shots with Ilya, and that damage was just stacking up throughout the fight, and Trixie just could not get back into it. The only time, Romero, we saw the momentum maybe swing in the favor was when he got a nice rock. He popped the flow state, but then we saw the head kick inside, and we already talked about that. But yeah, he just couldn't get in there. Driz season is the real deal. That's an elite win in the Esports Fight League. Some of the highest level gameplay I've seen from Driz.
I'm pretty sure that Driz won the belt, and then he fell asleep when he was supposed to defend the belt, and then he got stripped. I'm so serious.
I think I remember that.
Remembering it. It might have been a thing. Boiler can confirm for me. But Driz is super, super solid, and that's a great win. I mean, that was, it wasn't easy, but that was the cleanest Taporia that we've seen so far today. You gotta feel for Trixie, dude. He's working with Max Holloway. He was just about to get the fight back in his favor, and that head kick in the pocket completely just killed his momentum, and it's tough for anybody to come back from that, man. It's really, really tough. So credit to both guys. That was a very, very high-level fight. And speaking of high-level fights, we got even more for y'all on this show. We got Only One King and Dex Primacy.
Yes, we do indeed. Apparently, we're going to rerun Joe Goldberg versus Charlie. Okay, we're going to run it back again. Props again to Drixie, though. He got that first win at ESFL 20 many, many years ago now. So he also has a decision win over Ed Parker. Anyone who could outstrike Ed Parker is going to be absolutely world-class with the striking. Showed it there tonight as well at that Dirty Boxing camp. So, right, let's go back to middleweight. Same picks between these two, Charlie and Joe. Let's run it back at middleweight.
Here we go. Back at middleweight we go, guys. And we're running this back. We showed this earlier, so Joe Goldberg, aka Oath, is it's gonna be a good fight. They were pretty evenly matched. I was excited to see how Sean Strickland would be utilized with his new durability. And here we go. Maybe more of the same. Oh dear, oh dear.
Oh dear. Well, if we are gonna keep having this, I think we'll probably skip by it.
Yeah,
but we'll give him a chance.
We can't have this, man.
Yeah, we can't have this.
Shenanigans.
All right, let's go. Charlie with Anderson Silva and Joe with Sean Strickland yet again. They've had a chance to fill each other out tactically. So we'll see if anyone's adapted the style here. We had some good body work from Charlie early, some front kicks coming out, misses the head kick right there. And there's the teeps. I think they were listening there. I think they were listening to us.
Some good.
Yeah, and
tips
Anderson
there
Silva's
from
so good with
Sean
the tips. Go ahead, Romero.
No. Good work there. I'm seeing he's also using the Philly shell pretty well. Like there, he's parrying back and he's holding back right there. There's another bit of work from Anderson Silva. He's pressing a lot harder now in this fight than he was in the first iteration.
Okay, with a little bit of lag, but we're still good, I think, hopefully. Charlie mixing up, going to the body with the left hook, and then coming back up top. Nice straight right there from Joe, and I'd like to see him use that a little bit more. Whipping in those roundhouses, and there's a left hook that lands over the top. Maybe the biggest shot so far of this round. Lovely slip straight from Charlie off the back foot. It's hard to fight Anderson Silva because you don't want him pressuring you, but if you do walk him down, Rob, the counters and the slips, they can be really devastating.
Yeah, especially in UFC 6. That's where Anderson shines, is the counter shots. But here we go. Oath has him on the ground, uses the turning takedown, successful. And Sean now on top. Let's see what kind of bottom game Charlie is going to possess here as he tries to get, a better position. But Oath in half guard, postures up, and just lets him up.
It's some good work here. I mean, I'm interested to see why he grappled. Anderson Silva's jiu-jitsu is a lot better than Sean Strickland's offensively, so that was a pretty iffy risk. I am seeing a better management of the block from Mr. Charlie, but as he gets tagged by a nice right hand, and it seems like the roles have gotten reversed. We're seeing a lot of pressure from Charlie, but Sean Strickland, for as much as people think that he's a pressure fighter, he does a good job drawing people in. He circles, he pops his jabs, he presses forward when he's able to, but he's usually really difficult to deal with on the back foot. And now we're seeing the roles reverse a little bit again. Charlie circling back, and another nice right hand bang.
Yeah, rolled it over the top there. And you are right. Sean tends to just hang on the outside of your range off the back foot, exactly like that. Just pulling out of range and then countering. And Charlie's kind of canceling a lot of these body shots now, but then he's not really firing afterwards. It just gives Joe a chance to move forward and just let something go himself. So I think mixing up the targets, getting back to those leg kicks, whipping those body kicks in where he can, and circling to his right, still doing nicely, but has to be careful when he's whiffing and trying to catch Joe on the edge of his range, because Joe's doing a good job just staying outside of things and then firing back these counter shots. Double shots to the body, left hook to the head there's nice as well, and then relying on that block to keep the pressure going forward.
And I'm liking what Charlie's doing with the leg kicks here in this round because, the Philly shell's hard to deal with sometimes. I don't know about Charlie staying so close on Sean Strickland, just totally opposite of what I would do with Anderson Silva, but it's not going too bad for him, but he is losing this first round for sure, Romero. He's getting beat up. His head health is low, and it's going to be a tough fight here if he continues on this trajectory.
Yeah,
wow.
The way that he's drawing him into those shots, it's really, really reminiscent of Strickland. Now, I would love to see Charlie. He's timing the leg kicks a little bit too far after a window's opened up. And where he needs to time it, and Bay, my boy, knows this because he be striking too, timing somebody's legs when they're moving their head. You catch them where they're planted, they're moving their head around, rip the kick. He's kicking on the exit, which is good, but he also needs to make sure that he can land that Anderson Silva left hand, because on damage, he has to bring it back, Bay.
Yeah, and the fakes were nice from Charlie, but because he's then not chaining into something else, it's okay to fake, but the whole point to fake is to get a reaction and then capitalize on the reaction. Exactly the same way you would fake, get the head movement out, and then immediately chop the leg. So you're totally right about that. Setting up those leg kicks with some fakes that he is already throwing would be really nice as well. But did you see the stats? He only landed 3 of 25 significant strikes, Charlie, in that first round, which speaks to the defensive work from Joe right now. He is able to control this fight, really mitigate a lot of this damage, and he's doing so with really good defensive techniques.
Yeah, he really is doing a good job fighting well behind the Philly shell. He's got the flow state in his back pocket. Charlie really unable to do a lot of damage. There we go. I like the body kicks there. I would love to see Charlie open up with more teep kicks, body kicks, leg kicks, and just watch out for the combinations from Oath coming his way when he's doing so. But so far, so good, but more of the same from round number 1 from Oath Kicks. Besides those body kicks, Romero.
Yeah, it's just you want to open up that southpaw double threat where you're ripping body kicks and then setting up the head kick. Now, for Silva, it wouldn't be the head kick to the head, even though that's a good shot for Anderson Silva. It's use those body kicks to set up the level 5 front kick up the middle, because he'll be able to sneak that one through, especially if he thinks I'm conditioned to block low to the body. He's going to go head kick. You can get a flash KO off of that, gets a nice check off. It's just Charlie seems to not be finding his rhythm the same way he was, and maybe it could be because Oath Kex is now downloaded the database.
Yeah, I do like the body kicks as well, as Rob said, but you're completely right. He has made more adjustments in this little run back that we're having here, and it has gone longer than the first fight now as well. There's the teep kick from Strickland with Joe, and that's a nice shot. Great animation on it, and as well as going to shut down the head movement of Charlie, which he's starting to chain a little bit more into now. But he's walking into boxing range, double jabbing. But the front kicks, they would be really nice to see, and he hasn't really thrown hardly any head kicks at all, and knows got to be careful setting them up. But even that would help set up the body kick.
Yeah, for sure. It would definitely help a lot. And the front kick, oh, yeah. I mean, the oath kick just looks so good. His defense is on point. But we're seeing a little bit from Charlie here in round number 2. He's connecting here and there. The body kicks are landing. But still, it just looks pretty tough for him in there.
I mean, with Strickland, Strickland is one of the more difficult fighters that once you start losing the round against him, it's hard to press the action, especially if you don't have somebody that can wrestle, right? And Anderson Silva, much like in real life, there's a certain UK fighter that beat him. I think his name goes by the name of Michael Bisping. Used to train with Sean Strickland. They used to train with each other at VCA. And Sean Strickland and Michael Bisping had, they served to have the same strategy, a good solid jab. A good solid jab has given Anderson Silva some issues, and that jab is setting up everything for Oath Kex.
Wow, again.
Yeah, he's up 2-0. He's playing it really smart.
But again, that round 1, he only landed 3 of 25 significant strikes. Round 2, only landed 2 of 25 significant strikes. So we're in round 3, and Oath Kex has only taken 5 significant strikes. That is almost impossible.
Yeah, it's just almost perfect, right? It's like a perfect performance, and that's going to be like put a weird doubt in Charlie's head, like, damn, I cannot touch this guy. What do I have to do? Maybe I need to get a little bit more risky, and that can open up a knockout in round 3. But I'd like to see the spinning heel kick as well. Maybe just, try some things, throw some stuff out there.
I mean, look.
Beautiful slip.
Lord, and a beautiful slip counter lands for him. This fight, the way that Oath Kex is playing right now he can open up, but he knows, dude, he hasn't been able to get past that wall of defense. That Sean Strickland Philly shell. Pressure just out. He's going to step back out just to avoid the follow-up shot. And this is a bad situation for Charlie. I mean, at this point, Anderson Silva does have some takedowns. A little bit too late for that. Feints low, goes up top. He's ripping the body with those sneaky animations. And honestly, I used to tell people this. Getting knocked out and getting finished like in this game is one thing. Losing a decision that's like not close, that sucks a lot. If you had your moments, he's getting rocked here. Body shot lands. This much better performance here from Oath Kex, Bay.
Yeah, definitely, man. I mean, it's very impressive. We haven't seen a Sean Strickland player really use the tools of Sean that well. We have seen, obviously, people pick up wins, but the defensive work has been very impressive. And it's kind of left Charlie a bit stunned because he's been forced to, sometimes plant to look for head movement. And when he plants his feet, he's getting beaten up to the body and forced into boxing exchanges. So Charlie really trying to solve an enigma this whole fight and really still hasn't figured that out yet.
Yeah, unable to penetrate the carapace of Sean Strickland. A couple good shots at the end here, but just too late. The head health is so low. He's injured. His nose is busted. A duck straight. Oath is starting to feel the rhythm, and he's starting to open up. He's got to be careful, though, but he's doing well.
Big right here for Charlie is that the main thing you have to do right now is you got to cause a critical health event. And the only way you can really cause a critical health event, there's got to be an overcommitment of shots. But it's Oath Kex who's capitalizing on these overcommitments. He drops him down. This is just brutal work. And what a picture-perfect performance from Oath Kex. Wins.
Got the finish as well. Yeah, got the finish as well. Picture perfect is about right. I don't know if we'll see the final stats on there, but that was impressive in terms of the damage mitigation and still being able to push forward and still trying to find a finish. It's not like he wasn't being aggressive and doing enough damage to get that finish. Waited for his perfect moments to counter, didn't really force a lot of the damage. I think we're going to see it right now. So 14 of 82 is a very low number. I mean, it just speaks to that defense, Rob.
Yeah, exactly. He was just unable to get by that Philly shell, and he was. I felt like he was playing the game with Sean Strickland, like Romero said, just trying to get in that range, but Oath wasn't really opening up, being very defensive, and then just choosing when he wanted to let his strikes go, and he was landing with some supreme accuracy. And wow, Oath Kex came out, and he's been doing so well in the scene in UFC 6, proving that he wants to be one of the better players in the world. And another big win there over Charlie, who did defeat Drake UFC, a dangerous guy. So a win for Canada here in the U.S. versus. Yo, does that count for U.S.? Because they're closer to us?
Absolutely.
Okay,
It's been
perfect.
America.
Eat that, Balian. Eat that.
When the game loads up and they play the regions, right? They got all you guys over there, and you guys count everybody else, and we're gonna count North America. So we count them for America. I would love, man. Oh, we're seeing the women's way. Okay. So, man, that was just great work from both cats. And I think too, what I really liked about that bout is just also with the scorecards. Some shots, they're just distance shots with a lot of significant strikes. I think he landed more significant strikes, but they're not being counted as significant strikes.
Yeah, of course.
He was landing some good leg kicks. He was landing some good jabs, but they weren't really counting as significant shots, and they were good shots. So maybe we gotta go in the back room and talk to EA about adjusting some of that, because that seemed pretty low. He was landing some good shots, but nonetheless, great performance. We're on to the next one. We got Only One King T taking on.
I was going to say, yeah, that is right, because I always get his name wrong, but it is Only One King taking on Dex Primacy, and we are getting a women's flyweight matchup here tonight, which will be quite fun as well. Only One King here, 2-0 so far in UFC 6. Had a great little sequence. I mean, representing the UK, undefeated so far, gets Dex Primacy top 200 player. 4-3 in season 1 in UFC 5 there as well, so it should be a good time. Both of these guys have some pretty good wins though, Rob.
Yeah, both these guys are pretty solid, but Dex Primacy has the experience, and he's going to bring a lot of good distance management, spinning kicks. He does not like to get countered. And here we go, Valentina Shevchenko versus Alexa Grasso. I can't wait. I actually haven't played this weight class at all or seen any of it, so this is my first time watching, so I'm excited to see how this goes.
I mean, this weight class, I've said it so many times on my stream, it almost feels like a completely different game separate from the men's, because their stamina, like, they are very forgiving with the stamina, and the speed that they move at, I think it's a little bit too fast for them. But nonetheless, Alexa Grasso, she's known for that comeback victory she got over Valentina Shevchenko. She's able to submit her, but Valentina was able to defeat her, get the belt back. We know Valentina has the advantages with the kicking. Alexa Grasso has some solid boxing. But the great equalizer there is the wrestling of Valentina Shevchenko. I'll be interested to see if Only One King T is going to be trying to grapple or going to use the threat of grappling to set up his shots.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say the same thing, but Only One King, that was the first kick he's actually thrown, really pushing the action with the inside boxing work right now, doubling up on the same side attacks occasionally, leading with that lead uppercut. That's nice to shut down some of the head movement from Granny Kid, and that block got melted off that combination, even if nothing landed. And oh, there's a nice head kick, though. That's a way to just build a little bit of momentum back in this first round, because Granny Kid's been completely under attack, and the block is getting beaten up pretty early here, Rob, as well.
Yeah, great point. Only One King really investing in those forward-moving three-punch combinations, starting with the jab lead hook, and then setting up all his combinations, and that's starting to bleed through the block. You can't block forever, folks. And you see the white bar on the top right of your screen. Once that short-term durability goes down, Romero, you start eating some of that damage.
Extra damage, too. There's some nice shots from Only One King T. I would love to see Dex Primacy try to just look. You're not going to outspeed him. He's clearly beating you here. Quality over quantity. He's chasing a little bit too much. He's making a mistake where he's going forward on the analog stick, and that's why he's whiffing. And Valentina Shevchenko letting that Muay Thai flow. I know you like that body kick, Balian.
I mean, I love that body kick, and as Rob said earlier, you got to start blocking them or they will just open up on you. King doing a great job with the boxing early, now sending that liver shot out there. And I would like to see Granny Kid push forward a little. I know it's tough, but going backwards against a superior kicker is not really going to be the best option, especially when you got the hand speed of Grasso. Needs to find a way to back up Only One King and get those boxing combinations going.
100%, and look at the stamina. I mean, it seems like Only One has been the one throwing so much more, but it's the body work, and it's like freezing Dex Primacy a little bit. He's really not, like Romero said, you gotta slip something or make something happen, stand your ground after he's thrown a few and crack him, but he's just been unable to really stop the train of the one only King.
This has been, he's making a read now. I'm noticing at the final minute of this round, he switched the target. Okay, maybe I can't catch up to the head. And Luke Wilson changes up their game plan. A beautiful single leg to slam him down. The side control saying, hey, look, you're laying a little bit too many shots on the feet. Let me take you down to the mat. And that is it for round number 1. I think only one King T clearly takes that round. But there's an inkling there for Dex Primacy. If he keeps working the body, keeps working those small shots, there's a chance for him to win the second round, babe.
Yeah, look at that, just whiffing on the outside with that body shot and getting smashed with the liver kick as a result. And they're just retreating backwards, blocking high, getting hit with the liver kick again. Not good stuff, really. Not a good first round, you know, not what you want to happen. Only one King, only going to build more momentum off it. Got that flow state. Granny Kid has to find a way to survive in the pocket, but he's always waiting, Rob. He's always going second in every exchange. It's almost like relying on the head movement and the block and then waiting for the counter. But by the time he's ready to fire back, you know, his opponent's just not there anymore.
Exactly. And then one Only King's just able to do more damage to the block. And then my Granny starts, or excuse me, Dex is like, uh-oh, my block's lower, gotta get out of there. He starts moving, he starts panicking a little bit maybe. And that just lets Only One King get into his flow state. Beautiful head movement from both guys. So impressed with Only One King really being aggressive with Shevchenko here in round number 1. And you look at that block, Romero. I mean, it's not looking too good here early in round number 2 for Dex.
Being on the back foot right now with Agrasso, it's not serving Dex Primacy, because now you're letting Only One King T draw you into shots. You want to grapple, but you don't have the range to do it because you're on the back foot. It can be hard for some people to time those. And Alexa Grasso's, you know, she took the back of Valentina Shevchenko off of a missed spinning heel kick. I don't think Only One King's gonna throw it unless he's trying to flex. And it seems like the time is ticking for Dex Primacy because he's getting beat up here, man.
Yeah, Dex just sending that jab out and just not even be able to find the target with the jab. Only One King able to read it every time. It's just not there, and then firing shots back. There's a nice bit of head movement and circle back to the center from Dex, but needs to find a way to slip something. Cracker gets some respect, and there's a nice job staying in the pocket there, but a little pull counter left hook to the body saps more of that stamina, and that block is just getting drained every single exchange. 1-2 gets long guarded, gets tagged with the lead hook, and again there's a little bit of hesitancy there for Dex to fire back, whiffs and gets smashed with the liver kick again. This is not looking good for Dex, Rob. And again,
definitely not. Another thunderous body kick from Valentina. Here is the flow state uppercut. It's right on Only King, and now starting to land some shots. Finally, we're seeing Only King backing up and Dex fighting a little bit more of a in-your-face style. That's what you want. He has to get this takedown defense nice, and this is what Dex needs. Stand your ground, take the center of the cage, land those body shots, and get a counter, because right now you got to switch it up, and it looks like he's doing so.
I mean, like that flow state is perfect for pressuring. With Valentina Shevchenko, like her kicks get buffed and all that. I'm pretty sure it's a kick one. I could be wrong. I'm gonna have to double check. But Alexa Grasso recognizes she's losing the exchanges. She's trying to stay right there in the pocket, but not acknowledging where the head health is at. I think I'm correct. I think it is the Reaper perk. And yeah, it's starting to go downhill, babe.
Yeah, and the head kick, you know, is coming after all these body kicks as well. And that'll probably send her down if it lands. Dex trying to freaking fire back on the outside, gets caught again. Superman jab. This is all coming out for Only One King. 5 seconds left in the round. I don't know if he can find a finish right here, but what a great performance from Only One King. We know how good Valentina Shevchenko is, but it's more that Dex has just not been able to get any part of his game plan off.
Nothing close, nothing close at all. And it's just really, really difficult. So go on, Rob.
No, you're good. It's really difficult. Oh, there it is. Kaboom, kablam. Your grandma got hit by a bazooka, Romero. Boom.
Where my granny, she got hit by a bazooka. Oh, my God. The Valentina bazooka. Dude.
Pulls that one.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, man, nasty work. Great stuff by Only One King here. I don't know how much he's been practicing Valentina, but look absolutely flawless here tonight. And I don't know what happened with Dex there. Dex was just firing too much on the outside or just kind of freezing a little in the pocket and getting comboed on and maybe waiting for his opportunity, and it just never ever came. So great performance by Only One King, who I believe now is 3-0 in UFC 6. Someone's got to beat this man at some point. This is very, very good. Obviously was at ESFL Live London as well when we did the live show a couple of months ago. So really making a name for himself on the scene. There's only one king here. I'm excited to see what he does next. Doesn't currently have a ranking, but just took out the number 187 players. So I'm sure we'll see only one king with a ranking soon enough here as well. I do see some people in the chat asking about how you can sign up for the ESFL. I know we have some information about that. We can pop up on the screen so you guys can find out how to sign up, because sign-ups are now officially open for the ESFL. Get yourself in the Discord. You can sign up to take part in the upcoming seasons, in the upcoming shows as well. And yeah, it all starts really at the Discord. We have another show Sunday the 12th, and then on the 19th and the 26th as well. So there's all the information you need on your screens right now. If you want to sign up and take part in the ESFL, only the best players will make it though. I mean, that's fair enough. You can see how high level the competition is. And this is esports, you know? There's no everyone picks the best player. No, you pick your best fighter and you bring your best game, because this is about who is the best in the world in competitive play. So there you go. If you want to sign up, feel free to do so. You can test yourselves against other players in the Discord as well using our bot. Get yourself ranked, climb up the leaderboard, and make your way to the ESFL. So we'll love that as well. Let's have a look at the results as well, because we had a good few wins here tonight as well. Great wins from Jody, Pip, Kieran Crow with a comeback win there with a KO in the second round. It was crazy, that fight. Keza pulling it out in the third round as well. Driz doing a great job taking out Trixie. That was a crazy fight. Joe Goldberg coming in with the TKO in the third round as well. But we still have 6 fights left for you this evening, and they are all bangers from top to bottom. So let's go to bantamweight to take a look at this next matchup here. People have been talking about it in the chat. We've got the return of Peyton, longtime legend here, coming in number 74 ranked in our ESFL roster, and he's drawn Versatile this evening. Rob, USA versus United Kingdom once again. What can you tell us about these two?
Man, Peyton, former Vegas MMA alumni. Not sure if he still trains in that camp, but here's P. Gardner, Peter Yan. He's showing us that he's coming in. He took a loss to Word Life. He picked up another win. I forgot who he beat, Romero tells, but he's competing. He's locked in and he's fighting. But Versatile, so good. Romero, take it away. Just a great player. Absolutely devastating.
Versatile, you know, compete against the guy. Like, he's, you know, he gave his best effort, but he's super clean. Don't be fooled. He's gotten a couple good wins on the ESFL scene. Peyton, you know, he's been around for big. He's going bats out crazy with the combinations with Peter Yan versus Cody Garbrandt. And Peter, where he stands real strong is that block. That block is extremely high. Garbrandt a little bit more on the finesse side. Garbrandt looks a little jacked, don't you think, man?
Garbrandt looking huge right now, yeah, but he bantamweight, you know, he was a big guy for bantamweight. That being said, I like how aggressive Versatile is being right now, because you cannot let Piotr Yan come forward and get going. Piotr Yan is a scary person to face on this game, and I like how Versatile is taking it to him, not taking a back step, being real confident in his moveset, and the slip and rolls so far from Versatile has been brilliant. Touching that calf whenever there's a break in the boxing action, and just rolling through nicely, chaining hooks together, and that's putting Peyton under so much pressure early on, Rob.
For sure. When I play Peter Yan, I love to establish that jab with Peter Yan. Just such a devastating jab in this game, and already you're seeing that hook, but it's looking like Versatile able to put P. Gardner, aka Peyton, on his back foot at the beginning here, and he's getting some success drilling the body and getting some nice head health, and gets an injury there early. Romero,
man, Peyton's making, like, he's getting a little bit too excited. He's throwing a little bit too crazy. And just like, bro, what am I on today? I'm just calling it. He's making these mistakes.
You always call it.
Kind of rushing. He's rushing these exchanges, and that's something, you know, a lot of the vets, they get caught cycling the same things, right? They're used to these guys following. They don't expect them to know this new stuff. How dare these new guys know stuff? Versatile came by, UFC 4, I think around the end, has been playing since 5, so it's not like he's been inactive. And those hook animations from Cody Garbrandt, I think, are throwing him off bit.
Yeah, they fire from the hip. They're kind of hard to read as well, especially if you mix in the body shots. Now Peyton's standing on business and throwing a few shots back. The leg kicks he landed, I think, actually changed a few things up. Going southpaw pull, straight left hand into the head kick. That's nice work from Peyton, but gets caught. Again, just overextended the combination a bit too much. Versatile cracks him and does a great job getting another knockdown there temporarily. The pressure from Versatile, though, been all about it early on, and just whipping these shots from the hip. Very hard to read with the uppercuts as well. It's good work so far from Versatile, but he's taking some damage, Rob.
Yeah, he has, but Versatile keeps putting Peyton in that danger zone against the cage. He's throwing the beautiful hook combinations, like Romero said. He's making him react. He's making him pay, dig into the body. And finally, Peyton says, you know what, I've had enough of this, but still Versatile gets that late denial and on with that pressure. And Cody possesses dynamite in his hands. It's so powerful. You have to be careful. And Peyton is feeling the Versatile in real time.
Dude, right now with Peyton. Hey, Peyton was trying to call out Mr. Swiss Liebacks in the back room, but if you're getting walked down by Versatile, you don't want that smoke with Swiss. Because right now, Versatile has been on point, landing some beautiful counters, landing some good, well-timed shots, timed him as he tried to go for a preemptive counter and landed a beautiful, cheeky, snaky lead uppercut. And Versatile takes that first round. Peyton has to make an adjustment. The adjustment's going to have to be, he needs to switch his stance. All right, hear me out. Rip the body, switch his stance. There's a beautiful counter. Opens up with a head kick. The kicks open up when you switch stance. Dude, I am just Nostradamus today. It's just working. And now Peyton has put himself in a position to go and win this fight big.
Yeah, nice head movement, and that pull counter is second time he's landed it in this fight so far. Definitely working out for him against the pressure of Versatile, but he's taken so much damage early on as well. It'll be interesting to see just how safe he can keep himself under this attack from Versatile. He's a prolific finisher. I believe he's finished about 70% of his fights.
Bang, bang!
Beautiful uppercut, tags him on the way down after the right hand drops him. Gonna let him straight back up though. And Peyton's in the world of
that
hurt, Rob.
booty. Yeah, and it's he's slapping the booty, Romero, and it's the Versatile leg kicks. I feel like he's sneaking in. That's really putting the pressure on Peyton. And Peyton seemed like he was starting to get the read, pulling the hooks, but then, you know, Versatile just detonates. Peyton landing that overhead hook combination, and finally Peyton coming forward, lands his own shots. Big damage! Bang, 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 bang!
And you know what's funny? Cody Garbrandt is Peyton's favorite fighter in real life, so this much hurting to do and just drop Cody Garbrandt. You know, it just stings. But Peyton is still in this fight. I told you. What did I say? I said this has the potential for fight of the night, and it is absolutely delivering. He gets another uppercut. Lands the cross. Is he going to be able to survive?
He heard what you said back. He heard what you said about him and Swiss Mix, Romero. He heard what you said.
Yeah, he got motivated, but you didn't want it with Swiss. But it's Peyton's night tonight, and he's able to get a nice comeback after things were looking dire.
He's called out Swiss in the chat.
Sends Cody Garbrandt down. Sends him down and says, I want Swiss Lieback. Spoiler in the room. Book it. Book the next bout. Swiss Lieback versus Peyton. Let's go.
That is just pure yarn in a nutshell as well. Always super dangerous. He's one four-piece combination away from turning that fight around. Exactly what he did there. And Versatile, I don't know if he was wobbled, but there was two of those sequences where he didn't move his feet. He got hurt and he stayed still. He stayed in the pocket, maybe looking for a slip and rip for some counter shots off the head movement. But he stayed in the pocket, got dropped, got back up, and then the same thing kind of happened again there. So you can get wobbled and you can't really move very well. But I don't know. I think that cost him, Rob.
I think so too. I mean, Versatile was in control of that fight, and for Peyton to make that adjustment, stay composed, and you've seen him like pulling back and then just lighting him up. Versatile might have overstayed his welcome. Stayed in that pocket too long, but should have kept his head, his block up, and then moved his head. But Peyton snuck in those shots with Peter Yan, and Peter Yan's got that power, Romero, and that was a sick comeback from Peyton for sure. I think you might have motivated him. You lit a fire up under him.
I had to light a fire under his ass. You feel me? I knew I was talk a little shit. But hey, that was a great comeback. The block stat was the big defining factor. Peter Yan's block stat is at 100, and with that perk and with his flow state and the way he's able to pressure, you can afford a trade. The mistake that Versatile made was he got too big for his. Honestly, that may have been a Cody sin, right? He's fighting so good around the end tail of his career. Started taunting, got a little bit too comfy, and then he did knocked out, bro. Like, come on. I mean, look, W for the role play, but Peyton had to knock out one of his favorite guys because of that, and for that you have no soul. But it was a really, really good fight. I loved watching the back and forth. I love watching the on-spot adjustments that both gentlemen made. That's fight of the night. Easy.
Yeah, Peyton holding on to his spot in the rankings there as well. He was ranked number 74, Versatile coming up at 150, trying to move up, but unfortunately not able to get past him. And we see that from Versatile. He's such an aggressive player, always looking for the finish. And again, I think he was just a little too hungry on the damage. Really, it was off that one combination that ended in the head kick. All of a sudden, he brought back loads of head health, difference, and unable to unable to hang in there, Versatile, man. He was looking really good, Rob. He was looking really good. We've got to buy a little time here because the next fight is not ready yet, but we have a ton more. Let's have a look at the results real quick, just to show you what else is coming up also later on tonight. Of course, main event, Winter XJ representing the UK, taking on Zyaf, representing the US here as well. And we've got DirrtyDave against K1's Carnalito, undefeated Carnalito currently as well. So everyone looking to see if he can take on another veteran in DirrtyDave. Muay Thai Jesus, I know me and you are excited for that one, Romero. And Striking also coming up against Papa Doc. That's going to be great too. But the next fight is ready, so let's just move straight on because Bone Doing Work is coming up next against Mikey. I know you're excited for this one too, Romero, but Bone Doing Work here representing I don't have the flag. Is it America? I'm gonna assume it's either America or Canada. Bone Doing Work taking on Mikey.
America. That
there you go.
I know where he's from. He's from America. And Mikey, Mikey, he got a sneaky win on me back in UFC 4. He was down 2 rounds with Conor McGregor. Down 2 rounds, leg chewed up, was able to pull out a sneaky comeback with Conor where everything was against him, and credit to him. But what we've spoken about is consistency. Now, I do think he matches up really, really great against Bone Doing Work. Bone Doing Work is a guy who likes to stay on the outside, throw leg kicks, but his leg kicks ain't like my leg kicks. And I think that Mikey's going to be able to slowly pick apart, and by round 2 or 3, we're going to probably see a finish, or we'll see the Songbirds start chanting, and Bone is going to have to do some more work in the back room.
Yeah, Rob, what do you like about these two?
And Romero, if Bone Doing Works go with leg kicks, Anderson Silva has a sick leg kick in this game. It's fast, it's lengthy, it's nasty. So yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be a good one, Mikey. If you get a win over Romero, you're a badass. So let's see what's gonna happen here.
Some people in the chat expecting a masterclass from Bone Doing Work here tonight.
Ooh,
Mikey looking to show up
purpose.
as the underdog. This is a great style matchup between these two. You've got all the weapons, all the tools. It's really about the shot selection and kind of faking and baiting your opponent into something they don't want to take. But some lovely lead hooks already from Mikey, Rob.
Oh yeah, Mikey putting on that pressure on Mr. Silva. And Israel Adesanya is who you want when you're playing a very dangerous Anderson Silva, because he can keep up in the range department, the movement. And right now he is on Bone Doing Work, landing some good damage, mixing up well and unleashing. But you're seeing Bone Doing Work, Romero, just kind of throwing that single shots.
Single shots, taking his time, a little different from the approach of the last Anderson Silva that fought. We saw Anderson Silva previously have a hard time dealing with Sean Strickland drawing him back. Now we're seeing a super offensive-minded Adesanya. Now the thing is, right now with Mikey, I can see based on his shot selection, this is very UFC 4, UFC 5-esque. The good thing about this for him is that Bone Doing Work, for as much as he's doing his defense and he's hanging back, he doesn't seem to have much offense in terms of combo versatility. Lands a beautiful counter, rocks him. We see a little bit of slow down. Body work is in. And dude, if we get the finish a round sooner than expected.
Oh, he's so lucky.
Bone Doing Work is able to survive, and Mikey's gonna let him up. And I said it.
I would stay there.
It might
stay there as long as you can.
Come to me.
Competition is just a little bit too high for Bone Doing Work.
Man, that left hook from Mikey is the key weapon so far in this fight. If Bone can time a pull counter on it, he can maybe find a way to get a nice pull off and find his way back into this fight, but has to watch that left hook off the orthodox side here, as Mikey is now going to just swell with confidence and keep that pressure up. He was taking a little bit of a hit to the stamina, but that's all changed around now that the body health damage has been done. So Bone Doing Work, Rob, in a bit of trouble early.
Most definitely. I do like Bone Doing Work with the pivot lunges. He's timing those well, keeping himself from really getting punished. But Mikey, I'm impressed with his shot selection. Whatever range he's at, he's almost throwing the perfect shot. We saw a lead body kick. We're seeing a leg kick there, Romero, and he's just fighting so well right now. So much accuracy and so much precision. Look at that slip. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he's timing the exits well from Bone Doing Work. And honestly, it's going to take like Mikey throwing a head kick and Bone ducking it or something crazy range-wise in order for Mikey to lose, because he is in the flow state right now. Touching him up, landing the shots, okay where it goes, and Bone is not punishing Mikey. Mikey's able to land these shots off for free, and Bone just continues to just back up there.
Clips him over the top of the head with that head kick that did some damage as well. Bone also pulling some of these shots. So we saw him have an uppercut and he cancelled it, but if he'd have let it go, he would have rocked Mikey. Mikey was level changing into it. Back against the fence, no stamina. end of the first round, and he has just been under attack the whole time. A lot of people in chat acknowledging that Mikey has been good for a long time. That is true, and he's showing it here tonight, Rob.
Mikey kind of a sneaky guy, though. I mean, you don't know too much about Mikey. I mean, I at least don't, and he's showing, man, I'm one of the best players in the game. You guys better represent my name right now. I mean, I know Romero knows him, but he's starting to let everybody know, hey, I'm here. And here we go, round number 2, and he's all over Bone Doing Work. And Bone Doing Work's an ESFL veteran. This ain't no slouch. There's a unique movement.
I mean, look, in UFC 4, he was one of the guys in Nas's camp, the NN camp. So he knows all the little tricks and everything that he needs to do. And this is where you start to see the difference between somebody who's like, I work a little bit on the game, and you see a guy who's been labbing hard. And you can see that Mikey, I think he lost his first fight. All right, he might have lost his first exhibition fight, if I'm not mistaken. And now he's putting on the work. I said round 2. Maybe 3, but I don't think it's going to 3 now. And Mikey is pretty much undeterred by everything that Bone's throwing, and Bone keeps throwing the same shots. He's not really changing much of the shot selection. Gets by right hand, back against the fence, a beautiful left hook to corral him against the fence. I think we might see a hectic finish, possibly. We'll see, babe.
Yeah, that jab, he's just keeping him against the fence. Bone's just not letting things go in combination also, and it's almost too late to do it now because you're risking so much, but it's single shots all night, which has not stopped Mikey coming forward. Mikey just looks like his synapses in his brain are firing twice as fast. He's got all this pre-program, like you said, which just represents all the work he's been putting in recently. Bone's got him against the fence for the first time, but that side kick to the leg, I mean, he's gone for it for a few times. He got hit with the right hand last time. I don't know why he's still going for it. He's had no damage to it. And now he's still taking lots of shots off this lead left hand, Rob. And another right hand over the top.
Cracks him to the body. Mikey coming forward.
Oh
man,
no,
he's been seasoning his food, and now he's going to take a bite. I mean, he's taking so many bites. He's going to eat the whole course. Mikey on fire right now. You say he trains with the Nas UFC boys, huh, Romero? They're going to be proud of him.
I don't think he's a part of the camp now, but he's one of those guys. Yeah. He's working with all those elite EU strikers. He knows all the metas pretty well, and we're seeing it in full lifetime. And boom, like, this is where we see this a lot. Okay, he pops with the flow state. It's I believe it's the buff off a head movement. But it doesn't matter. What did he get? What was that? What just finished him? I think we know what just finished him. And Mikey able to get the finish over Bone Doing Work, who's gonna have to do more work in the lab. And Mikey pulls through with Izemobolaji Temitae Odonalu Femi Obolabi Adesanya for the victory.
Great performance right there from Mikey. A statement performance, really. I mean, looking absolutely clinical. He just kept the pressure up. Kept walking forward, mixed everything up. I love how he was going 2 shots to the body, 1 shot to the head, Rob. It was beautiful combination work. Really just put it on him from the start.
Yeah, it looked like he, as the fight was progressing, I mean, he was just doing so well with his body shots. Everything he was throwing in range, like Romero said, the exits, he was punishing those exits with beautiful body kicks. But then he started getting his confidence even more. He started getting into the flow state. You saw the swagger, and that was a wrap. Hey, you follow Grubby too? Let's go. Warcraft 3, shout out to that. But yeah, dude, I'm so excited for this next one. Boys. We got K1 Vuk versus up-and-coming Word Life. This is going to be a banger.
Is it?
Is it? It's going to be a banger, bro.
Well, Vuk is... The bot has given Vuk an 86% chance to win and just 14% for Word Life. Yeah, Word Life's been around for a while. I mean, he's got some great wins over top competition. He's beaten Peyton, who we just saw win as well. But Vuk, right now, ranked number 23, 13-5, Romero, doing really well.
You on fire.
It's striking in Papadon. That's why I said, I'm like, I don't know.
Hey, what? Wait, what's going on, Romero? Talk to us.
So I was using the power of voodoo, and I understood that the matchup you were talking about is not going to happen. It is striking versus Papa Doc. Papa Doc in the middleweight. We just saw a fight in the middleweight division. Papa Doc, former ESFL champion, part of the camp as well. Looking like he's going to go with Mr. Chama Man. You know, he's coming off of a loss against Trixie. I think he overthrew a little bit, gave a little bit too much of a stamina disadvantage, and Trixie was able to pull away. But Striking was a UFC 5 Season 2 Xbox champion. So we're seeing 2 ESFL champions going up against each other on this bout in the middleweight division. And striking, he seems to be the antithesis of what Papadok. Papadok likes to throw a lot. He'll go, and striking is a patient pressure striker. So is he going to be able to pull away with another stamina advantage victory against Papadok? Or is Doc going to be able to get one of those early finishes that he loves to get?
Man, I can't wait for it. The belt. The belt's on Adesanya. Look at that.
Leveled up. He's leveled up, babe.
I've never seen that, but maybe I played the game enough. Let's see what the counter pick is here. We saw how effective Izzy is. He has tons of power as well as the footment and the movement.
Who's going to pick Romero?
He's got to pick Alex. Alex or Silva. Alex or Silva.
There we go.
I think Alex.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if you go with Alex, right, and he's countering you too much and you're slow behind, he can screw you. Silva has a better chance to go against Izzy for sure. And what we got to see is what role is each fighter going to play. Because both of them want to go forward. Except one guy's more on the counter side and one guy just wants to throw.
Papadok closing in on, I believe, his 70th. This is his 71st ESFL fight, which is absolutely insane.
Damn.
I don't know if there's many people who've had more experience in there than Papadok, and he starts it off with a ducking uppercut. Striking, going toe-to-toe there, and just eats that shot. Let's see, though. Both men looking to plant here, it looks like, Rob.
And whenever I see Papadok fight, he just has this, like, stoicness to his game. He doesn't rush anything. He's always thinking about what he's doing. He might not be the most, like, fastest, vicious striker I've ever seen, but it's so fundamentally well. And his striking is absolutely gorgeous. So right off the bat, Romero, he just slips, composure, boom, crack striking. A dangerous striker right off the rip.
Yeah, it's a good counter. And what I like to see from Doc is, Anderson Silva, part of the reason why people call him the GOAT is in his prime, he showed not only striking, he showed jiu-jitsu off his back. He countered a takedown with a takedown as it was happening. Has a beautiful clinch game. And to really channel Anderson Silva, you got to show that threat. I like the signature lunge from striking. That looks good. And where Papadok's had an issue is he'll build a lead and he has a hard time maintaining it. So striking is feeling like he kind of pressed Doc a little bit. Doc showing a little bit more patience than he has before, but we'll see if that bites him big.
Nice combination work from striking as well. Neither man's in a hurry to fire first here. Both looking to counterfight, and you can tell that by the way they're just standing in front of each other. It's been nice combination work from striking though, and like you said, Papadok got to maintain that lead. He got that hit stun off, but he didn't really do that much damage. Striking's head health is absolutely fine. And you got to be careful with Adesanya. You cannot underestimate how much power he's got, the speed of his hands on the inside, the boxing combinations. Papadok really needs to snipe his man out here. The lead body kick's nice. And exiting, trying to hold the center, but still floating on the outside. I like this, not forcing the boxing exchanges we've seen with some Anderson Silvas tonight.
Yeah, he's doing a good job. Papadok is doing a good job of clipping, striking, comboing pretty well. Striking is trying to move and figure out, Papadok, how do I land something of my own? But every time he gets close, Papadok's ripping, a variation of combinations, like 2-punch, 3-punch combinations, Romero, keeping him at bay.
Yeah, right here, I'm liking the head movement so far. The body damage is in favor of striking, and what Doc can't afford to do, nice signature lunge from striking, threatens the over-under as a result of that. Head kick whip, this is where Doc has his problem right now. He starts to throw when he thinks the counter's there and it's not there. And dude, I'm seeing that combination, the speed of that combination sequence. We saw it earlier with Il Tapura. It's looking crazy fast. I'm going to mentally note that for the devs. But striking now using the feint to speed up his subsequent shots. And he's trying to have a good close to the end of this round, big.
I like that he's actually throwing a few more combinations as well. Papadok was really only letting 1 and 2 shots go. But he's planting his feet there in some of those exchanges. And it's just sort of leaving him as a target for striking. Oh, that was nice as well off the fake. Good job from both men, really, Papadok, for finding holes off those single shot counters, but striking, mixing in some really nice combinations. And he landed a few head kicks as well from both legs. So showing a lot of tools on both sides. Not easy to really make a solid read on what your opponent's tactics are as we go into the second round, Rob.
For sure, and that's that replay right there. That's going to be something Papadok's got to watch out for, because striking is throwing that lead body kick, and then he's comboing the straight lead body shot. So he's really mixing it up well, and that's going to add up over time. So Papadok might, I don't know, maybe striking takes that first one.
Yeah, striking takes that round.
Yeah, striking takes that round. So Romero, here we go. Round 2. What do you think Papadok needs to do here in round number 2?
To intercept a little bit more. He can't chase. He's chasing a little bit too much in these exchanges, and because he's chasing, he's trying to force the issue now. With Anderson Silva, he's walking into shots. And this is where we see a lot of Izzy's have success. As you continue to walk into shots, you start getting blitzed by combinations, and he's not letting his hands go. There's a good combination. Has to be careful. A lot of these players, especially with Izzy, they're going to be fishing for that pull counter.
Nice.
Beautiful uppercut, and this is where Doc has to do his work, man.
Off the slip as well, so we get the like water perk flow boost. Striking always has his in the back pocket, and there's a nice combination work off the lead hook as well, showing that little duck movement. But nice work from Papa Doc, sending the head kick, and I like the pressure Papa Doc's keeping on him, but needs to be careful when he does plant his feet like that, especially with the block gauge is low, because Striking never throws one shot. It's always a combination, and he mixes up high-low, so something is going to land. Oh, nice counter shot to the liver there. Both flow states are up. Nice check right hook there as well. That rear uppercut lands one more time. And Striking staying in the pocket even with low head health. Let's see if he can find something, Rob.
Yeah, see, that was a flow state, but Striking taking advantage. Uppercut lands clean, digs to the body. Every time Papa Doc is in his range, he's starting to strike with some real good accuracy, and he's really mixing it up well, giving Papa Doc so many problems and so many different things to think about. Striking is flowing here in the midpoint of round 2.
Yeah, Doc is going to need something big. Striking is doing, there's the intercepting combinations, and Doc tried to fire off a little bit too quick. Striking's going to take a step back. Let his head over cover. Nice counter from Papa Doc, but he can't afford to overthrow because right now, every time we see a player get rocked or they get stunned and they recognize a big shot, they're on counter mode. And Striking was on counter mode right there. Oh, and a nice little pull action. Probably could have went to the body, walked forward into an Izzy uppercut. He's eating some big shots from Striking. Striking's looking real clean right now, man.
Yeah, and he's done so much body damage as well, and now tags him to the head, to the body one more time. That body damage of those hooks has really added up, and it's going to really make Papa Doc have trouble finding the reads, shut down that head movement and those slips. Really, that uppercut is the only real significant shot that Papa Doc's been landing consistently. Had a few combinations going there as well, but the head kicks have not been coming off. And that uppercut's catching those body shots, but he took another one. There's a body kick as well.
There?
Nasty work. He's probably going to survive because it was a body rock, but that's a ton of damage, and that's not good for Papa Doc, Rob.
Not at all. The rear body kick this time to finish off the work that the lead body kick was opening up for Striking, and now on top, 33 seconds left, and that is a phenomenal round. Has a little bit of a stamina advantage, but he has done so much damage as he gets that deny to the body, to the head. Anderson Silva's nose is busted, and Papa Doc's going to be going to that stool in round number 3, and he's going to be really contemplating, what can I do? Romero, he's done good with the duck uppercut, but that's all he's really had is that duck uppercut counter all night.
Yeah, he needs to abandon that duck uppercut. He's got to go for something to the body off of it and hope he can get something to snowball and somehow get the fight down to the ground, look for a big submission, and maybe try to eke it out to make it a draw. He's down 2 rounds right now, and honestly, I would have liked to see him use Alex if this was the way he was going to play. I feel that with that duck uppercut with Alex, he would have got a knockdown. But because he's using Anderson Silva, he wasn't really rewarded with that type of counter because Silva's better with his straight shots, right? He counters with his uppercuts, but he counters in combinations. And we're seeing a little bit of a wait time here in between rounds, and we're back and loading into the action bay.
Yeah, we'll see if Striking can find the finish because he knows he's going to be looking for it. Papa Doc off the back foot. Let's see what he can pull out the bag. Striking not pop that flow state yet either. Fakes the body hook now and comes back to the head with that lead. Tons of damage on that lead hook from Adesanya. We've seen it time and time again. Tonight slips and a double slip. Wise by Striking to slip after the combination. Otherwise, that might have been nasty. But Papa Doc just planting the feet, looking for the counter, Rob.
Yeah, a little bit too tired here to really come back in this fight. I think Striking's got to make a big mistake, and Striking, his mix-ups look so clean. Always opening up with that rear body hook and just annihilating. Bang, there he goes. Papa Doc gets smirked, and this ain't looking too good, Romero, for Papa.
Nah, it ain't looking too good, and part of that is just the force of the head kick and then the force of the exchanges. If you're going to go tit for tat, you got to make sure you get in and get out. And while he does a good job of getting in, it's that he's staying longer, admiring his work. And much like the other player, leading with the rear uppercut. I think it was JC21 was throwing with the rear uppercut. Throws the rear uppercut, concedes a lot of stamina, loses the trade, and Striking puts on a clinic with Israel.
Great finish there by Striking, and he did a great job the entire fight. Papa Doc, a few good slip counters that caught Striking, but it was a combination work. Like you said, Rob, the mix-ups, absolutely key in that fight. to the body, to the head. He was even faking low and then just cracking him to the head towards the end there. Tough fight for Papa Doc, just perhaps not active enough. He had a lot of pressure, but striking was just letting the hands go. I think if you look at the amount of shots thrown, he must have thrown almost twice the amount.
Yeah, striking looked hella clean in that fight, moving up towards maybe a contender, or if we even had a belt. I know these are exhibitions, but man, he looks real good. Maybe a Drizz versus striking matchup in the future. That would be crazy, Romero.
That'd be good. That'd be a good one. Drizz versus striking. I can see that one. Boiler, note that down. Note that down, Boiler. That's a good one right there. As we continue with these exhibition cards, I love to see good work off the back foot. You know, a lot of these fights have come down to strategic decisions. We're seeing players, they make these small mistakes and then they don't deviate. By the time they try to deviate, it's a little bit too late. But speaking of deviate, you know, Word Life, he had a win. And I don't know if he lost his last one, but he had a good win over Peyton. We saw Peyton come back and get a victory, so that win is aging pretty well for Mr. Word Life. And Word Life is going to be taking on K1 Vuck. I think he's stepping in for Hammer Whammer. Am I seeing that correctly, fellas?
I believe that is correct. I mean, it's a great matchup. Let's go to the picking screen because these guys are locking in now. But like we said, Word Life taking on Vuk, it should be a brilliant contest. Vuk here, I think he is stepping in.
No, I think Word Life stepping in for Hammer. I thought we were going to see the Hammer.
That's right. Yeah. Sorry, I'm reading the stats here as well. It's getting a little confusing. But either way, we're at featherweight. Let's see these picks. I love the Korean Zombie at featherweight. That is one of my favorite picks on this game right now.
Really?
Might have to lean on the durability a little bit. Yeah, he's got a good skill set. Nice animations on the jab. Got the evasive head movement as well. And you got tons of durability. So you can kind of play patient, take the fight late. But Rob, what do you think of these two? As we do have a late notice matchup here between Vuk and Word Life.
Yeah, and a lot of people are counting out Word Life. He only has a 14% chance to win, but Word Life is the real deal. He stepped it up this year, and he's got some serious striking. He loves to take the center of that octagon, and he likes to just pinpoint strike you to death. And but Vuk Gaming, man, he's really risen in the scene. He has had some huge wins lately, so this is going to be a huge win if Word Life can take out Vuk Gaming.
I mean, I think Word Life is coming off of a loss against Mellow Coffee. Mellow Coffee put on a great performance against Word Life. And Word Life was ready as a replacement. He's like, I got to get that loss off. But this is a tough ass K1 Vuck. That entire K1 camp full of ranked demons galore from UFC 5. They all have the same script from how they play. Maybe they deviate a little bit, but it's the same core fundamentals. As you can see here with K1 Vuck Gaming, he don't give a damn about playing like Topuria. He'll throw out those boxing combinations, but he's doing the meta, and that meta is the lead body kick animation with Ilya Topuria. Surely that good, but it's working in this fight, babe.
Yeah, Word Life with Chang Sung Jung, you know, you're going to get a lot of durability. So if you can take the fight late, it might pay off. The block gauge, though, not necessarily super high, and he tries to get that butterfly hook and to get himself back to full guard, taking a bunch of elbows here. No sprawl fakes coming out to deny them. Hits the sprawl, though, and we'll see how things go. It's nice to see Vuk mix things up and take this to the ground. Backside's not really where you want to be. He's going to get the get up, but can he break the body lock? Or is he going to end up still here? But halfway through this first round, and another shot. Reshoots that takedown off the combo. That's nice, Rob.
Very nice. And Word Life needs to defend himself. He cannot be taken down like this so easily. And Vuk Gaming has showed some real good flicking skills already, denying that full guard from Word Life. Let's see if he can get up here. Nice. Locks in the full guard there. Gets the fake. He's going to roll him over with that half guard. Okay, Romero. Word Life showing some skills here on the mat.
Oh, saw a little bit of jiu-jitsu there from Word Life.
Jiu-jitsu.
I thought that for some reason Korean Zombie had a rubber guard, if I'm not mistaken. But look, if you're going against Ilya Topuria, what you want, you want to be either in mount, or you don't want to be in that guard, because this guard that does have some nasty subs. But it's just a tough position to be in. I mean, I understand why he went to Korean Zombie, but maybe somebody like Max Holloway could have been better. Maybe somebody like Rodriguez could have been a little bit better, especially because he's striking. But he is landing some clean shots on the feet, man.
Yeah, doing what Rob said, plying the feet is Word Life, likes to stand and just wait and trade, but he's also timing everything, which is why he's getting the interruptions as Vuk is stepping forward. You see Vuk now trying to use the jab to bait out the offense and then come forward and counter. But if Word Life can beat the body up a little bit as well, that durability will carry him, and he's tagging the chin, stepping forward. Korean Zombie's got some nice animations on his straight shots and his jabs. Not much head movement, but catches him, and beautiful job taking away that body kick. Little trip as well, going to take some long-term stamina away. Exactly what he needs to do. And we're at the end of this first round here.
And I felt like Word Life was clicking in towards the end of that round. He was like, okay, I got up from my feet. I got taken down twice, but I got back up. I reversed the position, and then you started seeing what makes Word Life such a good player. Standing in, range, staying planted, and then just unloading combinations when Vuk made that mistake, throwing that body kick, Romero, and he got clipped with a beautiful Word Life 3-piece and a shody.
But part of that too is like, what did I say about the camp of these guys? They play meta, right? So he was in southpaw throwing a lead body kick with Ilya Tapuri. I mean, you cannot see that from Ilya Tapuri anywhere. So Vuk is like, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna go back and try to grapple. I'm gonna maybe try to keep this guy down, which is a good confidence booster for Word Life. Vuk Gaming, he grappled Suave Jamie, and Word Life is showing himself to be ready to contend if he's going on against a guy like K1 Vuk, and he's piecing him up on the feet, and he's making him panic shoot. I see the head of, I smell an upset, bae. It might happen.
It's just really good timing from Word Life. He's just timing these shots perfectly as Vuk steps in every time, and just sticking to the basics, that straight right, and then countering the straight right to the lead uppercut. It's giving Vuk pause on his offense, and now he's double jabbing into the double leg, gets the body lock instead. Half guard now, top position, but those transitions, there's not been any fakes from Word Life, but then he hits another transition almost immediately after he gets denied. He has no fear in doing that, and it's worked almost every single time. It's a very strange tactic, and he's getting to get the get up here as well.
Word Life has been on the top 100, top 50 at times, and he's been working hard on his game, and he's got the full package. It's just, like Romero said, the consistency maybe hasn't always been there in the past for Word Life, but right now, if he can get this win, as Vuk Gaming is just all over him, using every sort of, gets that deny there, rolls him over, and goes to the crucifix position. No. Romero, this is getting kind of dangerous now.
It is he's gonna have to rely on the arm shot to get up. No, he does a beautiful job using the momentum transition to get back to side saddle. Now, if he's able to get back to side control, great choice from Word Life. The only thing is, he did get, the knockdown in round 1. I think he won that round. I think if he wants to make Vuk a lot more desperate, he needs to get some type of sub-offense off. A lot of these guys, they play very similar. Like, you notice right now, he's changing his strategy. He's going to stay here. He's not going to go more than he needs to. He's going to wait for Word Life to commit, and there's the rubber guard. Now, here's the real question. Does he deny it? Does he deny this? If he denies it, it's good or it's no. He doesn't deny it. It's good work here from Vuk, and he's making sure he's coming out here to win. Yeah, and I think right here, what Word Life needs to do is, all right, you got him denying that rubber guard. You can throw up another submission and he won't expect it, and he'll probably go through it, man.
Yeah, and submission game is really good on Korean Zombie. You have perks to help boost it. You've got a high-level submission offense stat. You have to be careful with the subs of Korean Zombie. Obviously, there's no twister, which is kind of sad, but it is what it is. I like that Vuk is able to adapt, though, and he's relying on his grappling, and that's what's turning the tides in this fight right now, because he's having a little bit of trouble on the feet against Word Life, who, again, isn't throwing up too many fakes from the bottom here. There's not many hip fakes, and, he's just trying to force these transitions. Hits the sprawl, though. I don't know if he's power transitioning that. He may be, but either way, he's getting it almost every time. Taking these shots to the body, that's a fake right there as well. Only 5 seconds left. That one gets denied. Buys himself a little bit of time, but it's all to play for in the third round, Rob.
Yeah, and Vuk Gaming edging out Word Life most likely in that second round, just using his takedowns and his clinch positions to get the fight to the ground, and just, like Romero said, just barely, throwing those shots from the stacked or from the full guard position, just landing damage, just trying to get this win. So Word Life has to defend himself. He cannot get taken down in the third round. He has to find some power in those shots and do some damage.
I think what would help Word Life, right, is the next time he shoots, if he's able to get him in single under, take him by the fence, take him down right before you get to the fence, throw off his timing, secure the first 3 minutes of the round. Because once you secure the first 3 minutes of the round in a fight that's 1-1, you can force a lot more mistakes from Vuk Gaming. Vuk wants to get on top immediately, and Word Life has to be aware that the takedowns are going to be coming back. He lands a good uppercut, although Vuk has landed a couple cleaner shots. There's some good pressure. Now the damage is in his favor, but a nice 1-2 from Word Life. And now
he took that left hook.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say, Jangs and Jungs is just a boost to his I don't know if it's the block. I can't remember which one it is. It's not Revenant, but don't think it's anything offensive with his flow state. So still locking it in anyway. But here we go. We finally get the rubber guard. Denies that, and is going to hit the triangle. Nice job by Vuk recognizing that animation. Going to deny the other pass out, and usually it's stack is the best way to get out of this rubber guard, and manages to find a way out there as well. But here we are, third round. Vuk back on top. WordLife needs to hustle, Rob.
Yeah, he needs to hustle, but interesting. Vuk gets up.
he
He
wants
has
the
to get
flow
the
state.
cage. He wants to just let it go with the Bauer, with the Tiger perk. And what
this
can Vuk? This
defense.
might be a mistake, though.
Nice counter takedown.
denies
Still
it.
up, though.
You think Romero, was that a mistake letting him up right there?
I don't know. I mean,
He has an advantage. He has an...
he's going for the get up. He should have went for backside. He would have been able to get to his back. Now, Vuk is going to stay here. He's going to stay here. The round is in his favor. He's landed more damage. That was a moment for WordLife to try to maybe go to mount or deny that transition. He went straight for it. That was sneaky. But right now, it's leaning towards WordLife. What he needs, he gets a sprawl. Stay on top. No, you got it. Stay on top. Get the back and get the sub, brother, man. That's what you got to do.
Surprised he didn't hunt for a submission, even from Sprawl. I know he's got some high-level DAS chokes on Korean Zombie as well. WordLife wants this on the feet, though. Less than 2 minutes and a very close fight. One where we've seen Korean Zombie absolutely, compete. I love to see Zombie up there because I do think he's a great pick, especially with the block, the head movement, and the durability stats against someone like Ilya. But Vuk forced to wrestle. WordLife not got much damage off this round either. There's a nice straight right and a left hook behind it. I think Vuk's just edging this one out, Rob.
Yeah, I think so. Big uppercut there, though. That could have been bad. Big shots.
He's throwing. He's
WordLife
just
are evening
throwing.
it up. I don't know. It's getting close, boys. There's a takedown, though.
Takedown. I mean, I like to see what Vuk is doing, right? The time is on the clock. He's managing accordingly. WordLife's best way of winning this is going to be a submission, and he had the opportunity by getting up to the feet. Vuk is going to stay right here. I think he's going to eat this one out. It's just tough when you're in the fire and you think you need a finish. He didn't need that finish. And look, he goes. He's going to solidify it around here. That was a strong one. He tried to race it. He could not race that one. The long term was too low, and Vuk is going to secure that with the sub counter.
Wow, nice work there by Vuk. I mean, again, it's surprising. Some of WordLife's decisions on the ground, although he was able to get back to the feet, he wasn't using a lot of fakes. And right there, I mean, even I'm not playing, but like it was kind of obvious he was going to hit the upward get up. He'd hit it 3 times in that fight as well, which is exactly why that counter guillotine came out, because Vuk knew exactly what he was going to do. And that probably, I mean, I don't know damage wise, but that definitely won him that final round and probably won him this fight, Rob.
I think so. Yeah. If he wasn't already winning, that definitely cemented the win. But let's see. 29-28.
Declaring the winner by
Vuk.
unanimous decision.
It was that close. And
it was.
Small little adjustment. That's what I'm saying is 1-1. You got to think about it the same way you would approach a fight. Well, why am I going to give up sprawl? I got a submission artist. Go to backside. Rack up that control time. Then attack the submission. Put him on the defensive the entire time. Now, man, look, credit to the Korean Zombie pick. When's the last time we've seen Korean Zombie? Right? When's the last time?
But he is good. He is good on this game. But he has great submission offense. I think, that sprawl position right there. Try and find a sub. Try and hunt from the back. But unfortunately, aside from that, WordLife played very, very well in that fight, especially being able to force the Ilya Topuria player to shoot as well, which you don't see every day. So I think WordLife played very well. Very, very close fight. Came down to the wire, Rob.
100%, and that just shows like why Vuk is such a good player. The striking wasn't going in his favor, able to change the game plan on the fly, and that allowed him to get that win over a very dangerous WordLife. And WordLife didn't really want to go for those submissions. I guess I don't really see him go for submissions, but yeah, maybe a new wrinkle in his game if he works on it to go for those submissions against a guy like K1 Vuk.
And credit to him, he stepped up on short notice.
Yeah.
Hammer disappeared. We don't know where Hammer went. Maybe Hammer was. Hammer had to, tweaked his ankle in the back room, pulled a Tony Ferguson, and WordLife was just ready for action. So a big shout out to WordLife for coming through short notice, taking on a guy who coming off of a win against Swap Jamie and taking it to the wire. So, you know, give a little round of applause for Word Life and a great performance from K1. Vuvu was able to pull that one through. And now we're in for the big guns.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we are indeed. Let's go to the next matchup because it's a big one. Like you said, we got Muay Thai Jesus taking on VPain here in a matchup we've all been looking forward to. Just 3 more fights left for you here tonight. We've got USA versus Germany with VPain here. Rob, what can you tell us about these two?
Oh, man, Muay Thai Jesus. I played him in ranked the other day, and he just was so accurate, so fast. Everything that he did was just composed and thoughtful and just lightning quick. But I mean, this VPain guy, he competed in that NOS tournament. He did real well there as well. And these European guys are fighting unbelievably well, Romero. And he's got disguising takedowns. He likes to grapple a lot. What do you think about these two?
I mean, with Muay Thai, I've said plenty of praises to Muay Thai Jesus. I love the TJ Dillashaw pick. I'm always going to be a favorite with TJ Dillashaw pick unless it's against me. And Peter Yan from VPain. I'm loving the combinations. They're firing off super hard. Between these two guys, right? Yan, advantage in the block. TJ, this is the prime TJ, so he has a bit of a speed advantage, just slightly. You got to be a little bit more evasive. He does have some sick animations with his signature step. And I want to see how is Muay Thai Jesus going to deal with the block of Peter Yan, Ben.
Yeah, definitely going to have to mix it up to the head and the body. And with the movement set of TJ, one of the advantages, you can really trick players into stuff they don't see coming by mixing up the targets, by switching stances, by changing levels with just your head movement. Very hard to predict what's coming at you against a TJ player with the fast footwork as well, but we know how good Yan is. And VPain doing a good job corralling him on the outside of that inner octagon there, keeping him on the back foot. Muay Thai Jesus, though, is going to use that lead body kick all night as long as it's there. And a Superman punch there to take advantage of the whiff on the roundhouse. Really, it's going to be a question of shot selection from Muay Thai Jesus to stay out of the way of the power of Pure Yan as well, Rob.
Yeah, Muay Thai is giving VPain so much trouble with that footwork, not really holding down block, letting the movement of TJ Dillashaw flow, and he's landing those body kicks from the outside. There it is again, and this is giving VPain so much trouble right now. VPain's starting to find some shots to Romero, but it's Muay Thai Jesus who's cooking early.
Yeah, I would love to see VPain maybe try to utilize some more Yan combos, like the lead hook into the lead body kick. You know, try to use some trips in the Muay Thai, try to attempt it there. Nice combination follow-up from Muay Thai Jesus, but he's chasing a little bit too much with TJ. He has a little bit more power than TJ Dillashaw, if I'm not mistaken, so you can afford to just land 1-2 shots, crowd him into space, and then start to let your hands go. And opposite stance, we saw how Marav's belly was after a few Peter Yan kicks. Try to rip a couple body kicks yourself, VPain.
A little bit of lag here, but that Superman punch has been landing quite nicely.
Oh, yeah.
A great way to cover that distance and that space. And also, you can stay on the outside where you're safe and cross that distance without too much problem. I mean, unless you take a straight as that's coming at you, it's pretty safe. There's a nice little combination work on the inside, like you said, with the hand speed. Muay Thai Jesus with the straight left head kick there after switching to southpaw, ripping the body non-stop as well, popping the flow state, and now unloaded lead hook to the head as well after ripping down low. And another head kick that clangs off the head. VPain is in a lot of trouble early on. Less than a minute in the first round, but there's tons of damage here, Rob. Oh, takes a little shot after the body kick, though.
Oh, yeah, he's binking him up right now, and Muay Thai Jesus flowing, goes for the takedown. No, VPain cooking on the takedown defense early, but wow, Muay Thai Jesus looks so good. Flowing there, almost looking like a Super Saiyan the way he is fighting, and he is on fire in round 1 against a dangerous VPain, and that Superman punch is money for Muay Thai Jesus in round 1.
Pulling through for America is K1 Muay Thai Jesus. You know, the K1 strat, like I said, they locked in with any game strategy. But TJ Dillashaw does have a nasty lead body kick, and he's ripping it through. What I'd like to see from VPain has got to stop waiting so much. He's waiting a little bit too much on Muay Thai Jesus. He's trying to respecting his counters, and now he's starting to walk him down and land good shots. You could start to pick your shots here, catch him while his head off his recovery. You are Peter Yan. Believe in your Peter. Believe in your Yan and hit him with the hands. Because now he's up in this round on damage, and now Muay Thai Jesus is going to feel comfortable to start getting the shots right back, big.
Yeah, but as we've seen with Petr Yan so many times, I mean, he can turn a fight around out of nowhere. The power, the combination speed, Muay Thai Jesus has to stay as defensively sound as he's being. Nice shot there to break things up. Gonna rotate to the back, jump on the backpack. Nice deny by V. He's gonna get him down. That was absolutely insane. Showing more wrinkles to his game, more than just Muay Thai. And now on the back, draining the stamina. Struggling, snuck it in. That is absolute money for Muay Thai Jesus. Talk about finding a way to counter the pressure of Petr Yan there, Rob.
Oh, yeah. Muay Thai's looking like a champion right now. Just how fast he was able to lock that in. Sinks in the choke. Big ground and pound. He's doing a little bit of everything in here to get this win. MMA all over the place. He's got the striking. He's got the jiu-jitsu, the wrestling, the top game, the ground and pound, Romero. He is all over VPain in round number 2.
That's what I love to see from a TJ Dillashaw pick. TJ Dillashaw was a multiple-time D1 NTA qualifier. He showed some wrestling, showed some nice knee bar attempts against John Lineker, and that's what you got to do. You got to put everything together. Sometimes people get too caught up in just the striking, and just as I say that, VPain, why would you do that?
Oh.
Why I am disappointed. That disappointed me. I can't even take it from me.
Well, some people just want to stick to their striking, and it does show, you know, if your opponent is going to engage in the grappling, you have to be able to meet them there, because there's nothing to stop Muay Thai Jesus from just repeating that and taking him down again. If you get an advantage and a good position, you got to hang on to it if your opponent is the one that initiated the grappling. I definitely agree with you there, Romero. But VPain perhaps wanted to do more damage on the feet and lands a right hook and an uppercut in there as well. Cracking Muay Thai Jesus around, and Petr Yan is never out of a fight until the fight is done. He still has tons of head health, tons of block, and he has so much power and speed. It's really hard to get Petr Yan out of there and to keep him out of a fight. And we're seeing it right now with VPain, Rob.
Yeah, 100% VPain able to even it up a little bit with that exchange, with that flurry. Muay Thai Jesus now a little bit stumbled. Now he's starting to heat up again with that leg kick, with the left hook combo on the inside. And it seems like Muay Thai Jesus is going to cruise with another round here, though. But we got to see what happens in this last 45 seconds. Romero.
I mean, the thing is with VPain is that he got that rock, right? But what we can't forget about was that submission attempt. So Muay Thai Jesus gotten some damage off. It's got the rock, but not as close to finishing the fight as that rear naked choke. And VPain is it's not thinking about the later stages of the round. And look at that. Yo, you know I love me some takedowns at the end of the round. You know what I'm saying?
Is he back in your good graces after that?
Little cherry on the top, you know. It's just a reminder. You keep them on their toes. And now VPain is probably regretting, man, I lay him up, I got the rock. Maybe I could have got some more damage on the ground. Maybe I could have got some ground and pound off. Because I think he's down 2-0. I think Muay Thai is going to be content for this to go to decision. But if he wants to put a stamp on it, maybe he'll look for the finish if VPain opens up.
And the uppercut landing nicely as well. Muay Thai Jesus walked him onto that left hand that caused that rock. And I wouldn't be surprised if that left head kick comes out again from Muay Thai Jesus at some point in this round, because he's been setting it up with a ton of body kicks. Nice job by VPain. He's doing a little bit of backstep sliding to create some space, and now throwing the heavy shots in there, the flying knees, which is what he needs to do to try and get some damage back and find a way to finish this fight. Because I do agree he's down, but he walks into a straight right yet again. And the stamina draining just a little bit is going to slow him down as well. But whenever he goes southpaw, you got to watch that head kick from Muay Thai Jesus.
Most definitely. And the footwork is what is impressing me the most about Muay Thai Jesus. Not holding that block, staying out of range. And when he wants to attack, he's in. And when he wants to get out of there, he is out. And I feel like that's been giving VPain the most pain throughout this contest. Beautiful takedown on top. Romero, this is looking good for MTJ.
Clean. You know, remember in UFC 3, UFC 4, Petr Yan used to have the Sotogari, so that made him a really huge threat. It's not there anymore. Trying to take the back and jump it. Is VPain going to be able to get a reversal? No, he opts to try to roll the full guard. Now was something I would have done there. You got to try to get up, because now the time is ticking, and if anybody's good at managing the clock, it's going to be Muay Thai Jesus. Now he's in the mount position late in the fight, but he power transitions up, and that's going to take a sap at his stamina, but it gives him 2 minutes and 30 seconds to try to get a comeback in this fight, Bay.
Oh, cracks him with the head kick. You noted, the left hook drops him. Great work there by Muay Thai Jesus, and flows him through combinations as well. I was going to say, Rob, you noticed Muay Thai Jesus letting that block drop to keep the footwork up, and he just ate a head kick as a result on the outside. Jumping roundhouse almost lands, but the jab sits him down. Doubling up on the left hook to the body one more time is Muay Thai Jesus as well. And VPain desperately now has 2 minutes to try and land something huge and try and end this fight.
Yeah, something huge. Muay Thai's got to make a huge mistake. He's got to do something crazy, which I don't think he's going to do. So VPain probably going to lose this fight, but we still have a minute 30 left. But Muay Thai Jesus again connects, detonates on VPain's Peter Yan, and he's going to try to buckle him. He wants to finish him, but he's not going to do it stupidly.
Yeah, too, because a lot of this is because VPain is shooting it. He's trying to, he tried to do some UFC 4 tactics there, trying to go into the little duck, and slip. There's the 1-2 head kick.
There it
Goes
is.
for the takedown instead, just to play it safe, and says, all right, brother, I need you to relax. Oh, ain't no
Lets
way.
him up.
Ain't no way.
He wants to finish.
He wants it.
that
I
flow
can feel
state.
it, Romero.
Oh no!
No!
Why? Why?
Yo, he taunted and lost the fight. Oh,
Why?
no.
Oh, that is upsetting in so many ways.
What?
But
Oh.
hey, man, you got to take advantage when your opponent does
He
that.
screams
I
at
guess.
him.
Hold on. I will say
It was a
this. Okay?
jab.
I will say this. Okay. Just to give you guys a little bit of insight. There has been a bug. It happened to me once on stream where I did not press the taunt button and I taunted and I got knocked down. And I was like, no, holy crap. The only reason that ended up in a KO was because his head health was low. That was the only reason. Man, because they fixed it in UFC 6 where like it's not an auto death KO when you have like full head health. So he got booped by a jab. Oh my lord.
I mean,
That's
Rob said it,
crazy.
you know, he said he's going to have to make a huge mistake. I don't think he's going to do it. He did it right there, man. He hit that taunt button or whatever happened. Man, that's so unfortunate. And then
That
whiffed the
is-
head kick as well. And he took him down with 50 seconds left. He got a beautiful high crotch. He got back to the feet, hit the taunt, and Muay Thai Jesus was looking absolutely brilliant up until that point as well. I don't know what Muay Thai Jesus' record is at the moment, 11-4. So, you know, not going to be a huge hit to that, but man, he was flowing so well, Rob.
He was doing amazing, perfect performance. I was gonna say, dang, this guy looks like he's coming for the title when we do release the real season in ESFL. And unfortunately, it seems like maybe it was a weird little bug at the end. What do you think, Romero? Do you think he inputted that? It seemed like it could have been an RP input though, too.
I mean,
Like right in his face, he had him.
Yeah, I mean, it's
I don't
only
know.
he knows. Only he knows. If it happened, it happened. If he paid for it for his hubris, then he knows he paid for it for his hubris. But man, that was just, dude. I'm seeing that happen in live time.
That was pretty awesome.
Like, I think
but
I was like,
but
he's gonna get
unfortunate.
knocked out. And then I saw his head up was so low. I'm like, oh shit.
There we go, man. Well, a dramatic end to that one, but we have just 2 fights left here for you this evening on our Revolution 250 card. Some great fighters left to come at you, and I'm very excited for this matchup because we have the undefeated Carnalito taking on DirrtyDave. So a real old school champion taking on a new undefeated guy, hot on the scene. I love it. Let's go to the picks here at lightweight, Rob, and what can you tell us about these two?
Carnalito undefeated. That's pretty insane. Fighting out of Turkey, representing Europe, but DirrtyDave, I feel like he has looked the best he's ever looked in UFC 6, representing USA. And it's going to be a tough one for Carlito. You know, maybe DirrtyDave takes this and gets rid of that here in the lightweight division. Romero further expand on these two and their fighter picks here as we get Khabib Nurmagomedov for DirrtyDave.
Khabib has something cheeky with him with these animations where he has a sneaky lead hook, he has a sneaky rear uppercut, he has the overhand that he knocked down Connor with, and he has Anvil. That Anvil perk in the ground and pound. I've seen Treehouse put many of people to sleep with that Anvil perk, and I don't see the fight at the moment. I don't know where it went to.
Where'd you go?
I believe this is ESFL London. I think Carnalito was there, unless I'm mistaken. And he's taking on DirrtyDave, who, of course, was from Vegas as well. So we've got 2 live veterans. We lost connection there, unfortunately. Hopefully we'll get it back. I like the mix-up. DirrtyDave, very, very tough to deal with. I think that DirrtyDave's 28 and 18, so under 50 fights, nearly 50 fights, 46 fights in the ESFL. And then Carnalito, just 4. But, man, he's just been absolutely, you know, running through the competition, leveling himself up, already ranked number 85 after just 4 fights. So, very excited. I don't know if we read these off, but his wins are over Hensler, Suave Jamie, which is insane. He beat Suave Jamie in round 1. and Versatile as well, who we saw fight here tonight. So we're going straight back. We're back in.
Okay.
Repicking straight away, but dealing with a Habib, Rob, is never fun.
It really isn't. And when you're worried about someone that can take you down if you get a little too close, he does have some good striking too. Like, I was getting rocked by him earlier, so you gotta be careful you don't get hit. Maybe not the fastest hands, but it's Ilia Topuria. He's got that power. He's got the ability to deal with the ground if it goes there. So I can't wait to see how Carnalito deals with the DirrtyDave, with the Khabib Nurmagomedov pressure, with the top game. So this is gonna be a phenomenal fight. Let's go. We are in for a treat, boys.
And Dave is somebody I've competed against in Vegas, and he showed some good grappling there. But Dave, where he's shown a little bit more confidence, he actually lost to Muay Thai Jesus in a striking battle. Showcase him a little bit of wrinkling there. There's that Khabib overhand, and that's gonna help throw people off. But where Dave is gonna get himself in trouble, he's doing a good job with those wild shots. But when you start trying to do the UFC fight, I'm gonna slip after every single shot. That's not how Khabib fights. You're gonna ask to get rocked against Ilia Topuria. If you're doing all that, that's not what he does. Now he gets the clinch.
Lovely.
Beautiful foot sweep, man.
I mean, that's absolutely beautifully timed right there. Especially you're talking about getting your opponent to expect the strike, and you just flick the takedown in there as well. It's a super quick transition to hit that. Off the clinch as well, most people don't expect it. They expect shots, but you're completely right. If Carnalito gets a chance to stand in the pocket and bang, he's going to smash up that body. He's already landing some nice shots down there. And having low stamina is going to make the ground transitions a bit more difficult for Dave as well. And there's the single leg. Lovely turn, but Carnalito on point so far, Rob.
Yeah, you got to be careful as DirrtyDave. You don't want to get too many of your takedowns. Denied. Big shot.
Camera.
Rocks him a little bit. Is that count as a rock, Romero, or is that just like a little quick little stunny?
A little flash, nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy.
Yeah, I would love to see, DirrtyDave use that over-under input, but specifically at the end of a combination from Carnalito. Because now the pressure, you're going to try to... We saw this before. We saw it with double mat. You're by the fence, and you're trying to deal with this. Oh, my God. Try to deal with a pressuring striker. And it's not the place you want to be if you're going to try to get those takedowns.
You have to take advantage of your pivots there. I mean, I really feel like you have to. If a lead hook comes out, then you pivot away straight afterwards. It's very unlikely Carnalito's going to double up on that lead hook. And if he starts to, then you start hitting the opposite direction. But if you're just going to try and circle out against the hit stuns of Ilia Topuria, it is so hard to not get smashed to pieces against that fence. So DirrtyDave, and he also can't shoot from there either because the GA is going to be so low. But here we go. He's landed a few head kicks. But apart from that, a couple of these overhands sneaking in. Every second he spends on the feet, Rob, just feels like he's just giving the fight to Carnalito.
For sure. And it's just slowly going in the favor of Carnalito with the damage, with the stamina, with the body work. DirrtyDave is still in this, and DirrtyDave showed that he's actually really improved his striking ability. He's trying his best, he's being patient, but yeah, he's getting bombed, Bailey, and like you said. And Romero, I don't know what he can do here. He cannot be standing here getting bombed like this, though.
That's it.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, it's going to be, you're going to need a miracle round 2. He's popped the flow state. You haven't gone for the over-under input. You're waiting to die, essentially, right? And the takedown denial is more important for Carnalito. Oh, but he made a mistake trying to go for some slip nonsense. And goes for the overhand. That buys him time to survive and go into round 2. And so, for DirrtyDave, in this situation, when you're going against Topuria, you cannot mess around on the feet. Work the clock. Get to the back. Hang there. Wait. Then work the fight down to the ground and get into control positions, because the more you stay on with this Spaniard demon, you are asking to get knocked out by the fence.
You've got 5 rounds as well. There's no reason for him to stay and try and strike, and he absolutely cannot move backwards. He has to move forwards or circle every time he gets a tag on Carnalito. Rather than just backing up, you've got to find a way to circle. That's a nice takedown. He's not going to get that one, though. Carnalito on point with the takedown defense here tonight. Really, really showing that. And looking to move to 5-0 here. And he's done so much damage to DirrtyDave in the body early on and busting up that stamina. But DirrtyDave winging shots still on the inside.
Yeah, he's trying, but Carnalito having perfect takedown defense is just immediately changing the entire dynamic of DirrtyDave's game plan. You know, he loves to mix it up. He likes to use his striking to get those takedowns, but when he's forced into a fight where it's on the feet against a guy like Carnalito with this caliber of striking, with the power of Ilya, and I love every time he pushes him against the cage, Romero, he just decides to detonate to the body. Uppercut lands, he's rocking him, and DirrtyDave is looking like he's in trouble here in early round number 2.
Because now he doesn't have the respect. Like at round 1, first 3 minutes, there's a bit of respect there. He's trying to see where DirrtyDave's at. And now he's recognizing, dude, I got a massive advantage here on the feet. And he's unable to get these takedowns because they keep being shots. The clinch takedowns are what's going to get it for you. He has to go to the clinch takedown, gets to the back. The animations are what's throwing off Carnalito, and that's why he's landing those shots with Khabib. But he gets a little bit too greedy, and he starts getting caught a bit. There's a running lead hook. There's an opportunity there for a single, and he doesn't take it. Another combination. Unable to slip it. Tracks him to try to slip because Khabib's head move is not great, and I think the finish is coming back.
Yeah, especially if he can't get off this fence. I mean, there are a lot of different combinations to chain into your wrestling, and if DirrtyDave is letting the hands go, he can shoot afterwards, but those single shots where he's just trying to time Carnalito has unfortunately just not worked. Carnalito's just all over it. And now he's trying to run that single. He's going to get that one. That was a nice takedown, and he's got time now to try and ride out and survive the rest of this second round, which he absolutely will need. But the crucifix position, if DirrtyDave gets that, he can absolutely start to turn the fight around if he can get there within the time, but I don't think he's got enough, Rob, really, to do that much damage.
Yeah, you might be right. It might be too late. I mean, real early in round number 2, but those takedown denials, the body work from Carnalito has put himself in a really advantageous position because he has a huge stamina advantage, and DirrtyDave is not really going to be able to capitalize too much on submissions or ground and pound when they do go to the ground.
I would love to see Dave, if he got here a little bit sooner, got to the darts, or he's opting to work the body, okay. It just would work for him just to get down to the ground as soon as possible. Don't take a back foot. Immediately clinch him. Take his back. Because right now you can't afford to do sub counters that he has with Khabib in this position. You can sub counter that back sitting position with L2R2. It's just now the damage is really not helping out Dave. And I think Carnalito, 2 more minutes of this, and I think Dave's going out.
Well, after this fight, we will be giving away a copy of UFC 6 over on the YouTube stream if you're watching on Twitch. You want to win yourself a copy, but there's a right hand that lands to the body. Flow state's been popped. Dave is walking straight back to the fence. He's going to shoot. He's not going to get it. Oh, he's going to get it. Beautiful work with no stamina.
Beautiful chain from him. Oh, go, Rob. Go. My bad.
Nah, you go. Take it.
Dude, that was a beautiful chain into a high takedown with Khabib Nurmagomedov. And it is important that you hold on to Carnalito for dear life. I think he's panicking a bit because he's been able to recover guard, and I can see a sweep coming in the future of Carnalito. He goes up, but that was super risky, and now he's able to pass the guard. Now, for DirrtyDave to win this match, it's going to be mount or back mount. Mount or back mount, or maybe even side saddle and popping that flow stick, because you gotta get the damage down.
Yeah.
You have to get it down, because if you don't and you get back up on the feet, he's going to wreck you for something fierce. I wouldn't even go for that posture up there. It's gotta be mount, and he gets the mount. He's probably gonna pop the flow stick and rain down some hellish ground and pound bang.
Yeah, with Anvil, man, you can get some seriously bad ground and pound off, and here we go. This is huge damage. Carnalito might get, and he's out. It's over. Carnalito beaten for the first time. Dave bided his time, had the flow state ready, and one full mount is all it took, Rob.
Beautiful.
I cannot believe that he was able to come back. That is incredible. I mean, he got to that position early in the last round, and then he got him to the ground again with that beautiful play that Romero demonstrated for us. And then he gets the full mount, has his flow state. I mean, it couldn't have gone more perfect. Is that flow state a little overpowered, Romero, or is that just a beautiful play and beautiful setup?
That is Khabib Nurmagomedov and his ground striking. I mean, you go over to Dagestan and deal with Khabib when he's laying loose. And also, it's those 2 perks that they have against each other. You had Tiger and Anvil. They're both basically the same thing, except one's for grappling, one's for striking. And what it takes to build to get up to that point is the main difference. And Dave took some damage, but what really was a deciding factor, he chained the denied takedown into a double leg high takedown, which is a super high level thing to do.
Yeah.
He was able to bide his time, get to the mount position. I was calling for round 2. I'm like, you need mount. If you don't get to mount, you lose this fight. And from there, Carnalito was unable to defend. The shots rained through, and Khabib Nurmagomedov upsets the undefeated upstart Ilia Topuria, and DirrtyDave comes through for the ESFL Las Vegas boys for the W.
There you go. DirrtyDave with near 50 fights in the ESFL veterancy paying off here tonight. And yeah, I mean, it is, I would agree with Rob, it's very, very powerful, but you have to get to that position. And, you know, if you've let your opponent go from full guard to half guard to mount and get the posture up, that's 4 denials that you could have got to stop that from happening. It's a lot of work to get to that spot, and yeah, it's devastating damage when you get there. You can even still try and frame and slip that when it's happening as well. And unfortunately for Carnalito, he wasn't able to do any of those things. And DirrtyDave, like you said, when he hit that takedown, he had 0 stamina left, Romero, but he still managed to get it off.
It's the stats. That 100 takedown stat, whatever it is, that's what plays a factor with the windows. It's been so strict since 4 and 5. I think they adjusted it for 6, and that, you know, if we had fight tonight between Peyton and I'm sorry, I'm forgetting his name, Peyton's fight, against Versus Style, that's fight night. This is comeback of the night, because that was
for sure. Yeah,
like, not counting the tuck KO we just saw, because that was kind of a, you know, like a meme moment.
Yeah,
that was comeback of the night right there.
Definitely comeback of the night. Right, okay, before we start our main event, we are giving away a copy of UFC 6 over to the YouTube chat there. This will be a PlayStation copy for EU members. We do give away codes in the Twitch, but we rotate between both if you're wondering why it's only YouTube today. So people in the YouTube chat, get your fingers ready. Your question is, and it's UFC trivia today. Excuse me, I had to burp. Which UFC legend famously knocked out Hawaiian heavyweight Wesley Pereira Cabbage? If you remember Cabbage, great fighter back in the day, not really terrible. In a 2005 rematch, it was a 2005 rematch against Cabbage. Who knocked him out? That's your question. First answer gets a copy. It is not Ed Parker. It's not Alex Pereira in 2005.
And we got the winner.
Do we need the full name? Are we accepting the full name?
It's in our, you know, the winner's announcement. It's right there for us. We can say the whole thing right here.
I think we should just give it. The full name was not said. I can't believe no one else has said it.
No, it's right here. No, I need you to look up.
There we go. We're giving it to Creel UFC right there. There we go.
There we go.
Just Abbott, but Tank Abbott is the full name, of course. Recently added to the game. Go back in 2005 and watch it. Cabbage got knocked out by so many people. Poor old Cabbage. Better fights outside of the UFC for that guy. But there you go. Congratulations, Creel UFC. Let's go. That's right, mate. You win yourself a copy of the game on PlayStation. I hope you enjoy it, mate. I'm sure you might have it, but if you don't, give it to a mate who might want it. Or, you know, get a PlayStation. Have a good time. Thank you all for participating. We're always happy to give away game codes, so there will be more if you want to get one. But it's time for the main event, lads. We have an absolutely spectacular matchup here. One of the greatest to ever do it, Zyaf, who is now currently ranked #1 in the ESFL Legacy rankings. For those people, I saw some people asking earlier, the rankings are automatically calculated by our dub bot. That bot basically takes every ESFL event that's ever happened. It looks at your wins, and it also calculates your ranking based on who you've beaten, as well as a number of wins and finishes as well. Zyaf right now at 43 and 12 overall. That's, you know, that's a lot of ESFL fights, 55 fights, #1. He has a 92% chance, according to our bot, to beat Winter XJ here tonight, and they're locking up ready, Rob, ready to get started.
Man, the young prodigy, man, he's looking real good. Played him in rank. He's on fire, back in form, and yeah, he's just a winner, man. This kid's just a winner. Very smart, cerebral player. Romero, what can you say about Winner XJ? Pretty good player, but maybe not on Zyaf's level.
I think Winner is going to be in for a very, very rough night, but this is Leon Edwards versus Kamaru Usman, and the right pep talk can starch any man. But I'll tell you first thing, you know, the one card I competed in was against Zyaf. It was fight of the night, and I was able to come through with a victory, but Zyaf was making some crazy adjustments. And that's the thing about him. He's active. He is one of the most active ESFL competitors that there is. It's why that he's up there, and he is taking his time. He's working some body work. And what I want to see from Winter, if you're going against Kamaru Usman, Don't be scared to fire off your kicks. If you're scared to fire off your kicks, you're taking away your best weapon. And from here, he's circling, fire off those calf kicks. But there's a beautiful clinch from Zyaf. He's going to take him to the fence, unable to do so, breaks away, and a nice body shot. Beautiful body shot.
I like the pivots from Winter. He's going to need more of them. He's fighting orthodox though, which I don't know what the switch stance stat is on Leon, but I don't think it's particularly high. We'd like to see the southpaw. Yeah, it's not too bad then. That's pretty goddamn good. But, you know, he's not taking advantage of the leg kicks, like you said. As long as you're in this orthodox stance, those leg kicks are there, chaining together some nice strikes and beating up the block right there of Zyaf. That jab of Usman, I believe, is 5-star though, so got to be careful dealing with that, especially with the pressure he's going to bring. But Zyaf walking forward non-stop so far, Rob, with the momentum, and lands a 4-piece right there.
Yeah, Zyaf's doing a good job just pressuring Winter with his just body. Not always striking, but coming in sometimes. Look, he just walked him down, stood right in front of him. Winter didn't really react, so Zyaf just grabbed him in the clinch, tried to throw him down, so Zyaf's mixing up early, and I feel like Winter is feeling that Zyaf pressure tremendously so here, Romero.
Yeah, and where Zyaf's doing a good job is that, well, Usman's jab and cross have been changed to the heavy variant. And where that can prove to be problematic for Zyaf is that Zyaf loves to lead with double jabs. But those double jabs are going to cost more stamina because it's the heavy variant in exchange for the power. And so there might be a chance here for Winter that if he keeps getting these exit exchanges like he just popped off here, he can pull up against Zyaf. And unlike my match against Zyaf, which was the best of 3, this is a best of 1. And now here's the flow state, attempts it, and I don't see Zyaf looking to shoot. Could have shot off of that one. Got a minute left in this first round, and we have ourselves a very liable underdog that only has an 8% chance of winning.
Lots of body damage from those kicks already as well. Zyaf taking it on the torso. He's done some body damage himself. I like that Winter's circling constantly. He's doing a good job not letting himself get backed up. He is kind of sort of reacting a little bit too much to what Zyaf is doing. Like you were saying, Rob, he needs to get his own game going rather than just waiting on Zyaf. But those body kicks have been coming out nicely. I don't know who's winning this first round now based on the damage.
Yeah, it's tough. You know, Winter's really cooking with the straight lead hook straights. He's landing some good shots on Zyaf, but yeah, I don't know, Romero. What do you think? I feel like Zyaf maybe still took that one.
I think Zyaf just takes it just barely off of the damage he was landing when the circumstance was low. And here's that jitter, right? There's all that pressure that you're starting to see where the guy on the back foot, you know, he's having a little bit of success. He's firing off, but dude, this entire night, even though the lead body kick has been meta, even the best players are making mistakes and firing off that lead body kick too close in the pocket. And you do not want to get dropped on UFC 6. You get dropped on UFC 6, and they land in that knee on belly position, and you don't defend it, you're in for a big night. And look at the head up on Zyaf. This is how I was able to get him. Sometimes he kind of disregards what you're throwing at him, and he doesn't acknowledge his head off until it's too late. And if Winter's been watching the tape, he might make that adjustment and fire off a big shot while Zyaf's head off is recovering.
Yeah, we've seen one takedown attempt from Zyaf, but if you're taking Usman, you definitely need to mix things up. There's absolutely no reason not to. Otherwise, you might as well have picked a striker. Gets eaten by an uppercut there, and these pull counters from Winter as he plants the feet. Now he's not reacting. Now he's setting him up for some counter shots. We have the flow state on Zyaf. We'll see if he uses it. There's the over-under. Tries the inside trip. Doesn't get it. Runs him to the fence, though. Going to switch to the back. And this is control time. Gives him a little bit of a moment to slow things down, and he's on the back here. This is great for Zyaf.
Yeah, tough position to defend there against the cage. Zyaf successfully drags him backwards. Now has the ability to land the rear naked choke, the full mount position, the backside, and there he goes. Jumps right on over, and this is where it gets a little concerning for Winter. With Zyaf on top of you, with Usman, with so much time left.
Yeah, so this Usman doesn't have the prime stats, unfortunately, even though it should. So he doesn't have the same sub offense that the other one has. You can still try to go for the subs. The health isn't the same. And this is where there can be an issue for Zyaf.
Oh, damn.
If he postures up, though,
man.
It's not a grappling flow state, it's a striking flow state. But what's happening here is that the stamina of Winter is going down because he's defending so much. Does a beautiful job slipping that elbow. Let's see what the next option is here, man.
Yeah, it took a bunch of damage to the block, but it still has tons of it left. Tried to chase that, didn't get it, and back to full mount for Zyaf. Minute 30, gonna get the posture up again. Let's see if Winter can block some of these. Zyaf not afraid to throw the straight shots, even though it might get him slip. They do come out a bit faster, but he took chunks out of the head health right there as well, and definitely winning this round as Zyaf. Still walking him down as well, Rob.
Yeah, this is a 5-round fight, guys, so this is going to be a pretty gritty experience for both of these guys. You know, Winter is giving Zyaf everything that he didn't want, and Winter, another takedown, turns it in. Zyaf another takedown, and now, Bailey, like you said, he is starting to mix it up with Usman, utilizing that pick to its fullest extent. But damn, Winter's doing good with these slips from the bottom, Romero, getting himself back up.
Really good quality escapes here, and this is where, you know, a weakness in the armor of Zyaf is grappling. But believe it or not, even though he's a solid grappler, and he's great on capitalizing if you make a mistake,
lovely.
Fundamentally, he tends to have some issues. And so, because of the risk that he's taking, Winter's getting up, he does land some good shots. Closer round, but the ground and pound of Zyaf should take it. But Winter's still in this bout. Now, the one thing that I am concerned about for Zyaf is the open stance. When the open stance drops, is he going to try to go for something that he loves to go for, which is the slip straight head kick? Because I feel with the way that Winter's been pulling back, I think he's waiting for Zyaf to kind of go. Zyaf loves to showboat. He loves to put on a show for the people, and he might try to use that against him to get that Hail Mary comeback KO. It's a EU versus US card. A UK man knocked out one of the best welterweights from the US, and he might be looking to do the same here, Ben.
Nice 4-punch combinations from Zyaf this round already as well. He's going 3 to the body, then 1 up top just to finish it off. Dead even on the strikes there, 64-62. And it is interesting to me that Zyaf is choosing to throw so many straight shots when he's in those postured up positions, because they are easier to time and slip off of, and that's what's got Winter back to the feet. There, he's planting in front of him, taking some damage, but lands a nice head kick there as well. And the only reason I can think Winter is not going southpaw is because he wants that lead body kick on the liver side, perhaps. But he's not throwing too much of it this round. Maybe aware that he can get himself into danger. Zyaf took a few shots there just to get that clinch attempt. Doesn't get the takedown off. And now Winter able to open up with the striking a little bit more. Nice straight right. He's constantly looking for that left hook to the body as well on that liver side. And Zyaf's stamina is starting to trickle down, Rob.
Yeah, you know, Winter's starting to build up a lot of small advantages here. Stamina, body health, head health. And Zyaf does have that perk, or that flow state. But, Winter is starting to cook Zyaf a little bit here, Romero. He's doing a great job with his striking.
And a part of it has to do with, the stamina mismanagement. I would like to see Zyaf, if he gets to a postured position, to work the body. And Usman does not have, the flair of Zyaf is fast guys who hit hard in the pocket. Usman is somebody that you pick your shots with. And when Zyaf likes to start going, he likes to have somebody that can throw super fast combinations. As the stamina starts to get lower, Usman doesn't have the means to go beyond anything of a 3 or 4 piece unless the guy goes harder. And there is the problem right there. And he's not activating his flow state, and he's going into habits. He's cycling things that he does with other fighters. And that 1-2 being changed to a heavy shot, I said it in round 1, that's going to be an issue for Zyaf. And it's turning out to be prophetic, because now look at the stamina.
Nice lead overhand as he circled out there as well. And again, the 1-2 lead hook to the body. Winter's landed that combination all night. Zyaf doing a good job blocking low and then countering the uppercut, but Winter's getting wise to that now as well and pulling out of range. Nice check hook though from Zyaf. He's definitely not the one leading the dance anymore, but he's still landing some counter shots. The stamina though is concerning with 2 rounds left, especially if these takedowns keep getting denied, Rob.
Yeah, and that's going to add to the long-term stamina drain. And now you're starting to see the momentum in the favor of Winter XJ, who is starting to light up Zyaf in round number 3. And we still have 4 and 5, the championship rounds, Romero. And it's not looking good for the young prodigy here. This might be an upset.
I said the stamina in round 1, those heavy shots, heavy jab, heavy cross, was going to be a problem. Because Zyaf loves to lead with double jabs. You can't do that too much with somebody who has heavy shots that cost more stamina. If he doesn't get the fight down to the ground, what's going to end up happening is that Zyaf is going to, look, he's doing it right now. He's panicking a bit where he's throwing body kicks in the pocket. I would not be surprised if the first knockdown that Winter gets comes off of Zyaf firing off a body kick in the pocket, because he's trying to recreate combinations that he does with other fighters. Now, Winter is firing off the 4 pieces because he sees that Zyaf is overreacting, and now we're in round 4. And Zyaf, if he switches stance, he might be able to disguise that takedown a little bit better. There's another body kick.
he needs to look for this takedown before it's too late, before the stamina's gone, before he's too hurt. I really think he needs to try and find a way to take this to the ground, especially in the start of these championship rounds. Reset the pace. Stop taking things away from Winter, but he walks into the pocket again and eats a rear uppercut. Winter did a great job of timing all this pressure from Zyaf, who's been, you know, walking in, that jab not working so effectively. Winter really took his time in this fight. He's popped his flow state. Now we get the takedown from Zyaf. He's going to get the hands together and complete it. Can he get him off the fence, though? He will get half guard. That's nice work from Zyaf. Exactly what he needed with 3 minutes left. And he has to keep this top position this time, Rob.
It's going to be so hard with the stamina disadvantage, but I really want to see what... Ooh, gets that sprawl, unable to hold him, goes right. Winter can't get that denial. What does Winter do here? If Zyaf somehow gets full mount and does some damage and wins this fight, I'm going to be... Oh, flicks him, gets the deny, gets the reversal there, Romero.
Woo. Yeah, and now look at the difference, right? Winter's like, look, I'm up. If he stands back up and Zyaf takes him back down, the timing starts to go away from him, right? Like now he's like, I have to worry about him taking me down again. Leon has shown an ability to have submissions, all right? He's gonna stay there, but you know, you burn some time on the clock. And now the thing is Zyaf's disregard for other people's offense is what's costing him right now. And now he's in a position to where, crap, he has to chase. And he does not do the best when he's chasing. Look at the combinations he's firing off. These are not Kamaru Usman combinations. These are super fast fighter combinations. And I think that if he goes for that body kick, he might get knocked out. So he has to keep his shots a little bit shorter. Maybe try to work the single leg off of this in this position. Because now, look, Winter's firing off the uppercut as the 4th shot in the combination, expecting Zyaf to shoot. And now the head off is super low. He's going to fire another uppercut.
Another one.
And I think we're going to see a finish here from Winter.
Yeah, Zyaf in a world of trouble right now. Stamina is low. Head health has taken a real beating. And he instantly transitioned on the ground, which is why that reversal came off. There was no fake or anything. And that's not like Zyaf to just go for forcing a transition. Winter absolutely read that perfectly. And now Zyaf really going to have a struggle in round 5. But we're not even in round 5 yet. And there's a straight right that sits him down again. And now the block is really taking a hammer in. Head health is low. Body is rocked as well from that body kick. That was so close to ending the fight, that last one, Rob.
Well, yeah, Zyaf is just getting battered here in round 4. And he still has round 5. There's really nothing I don't think he could do. It's going to be such a tough watch and experience for Zyaf in there. I don't know, unless Winter throws a head kick and he ducks it, you know, I don't know. Zyaf's in real trouble here.
Yeah, right here, this is the position you don't want to be with Kamaru Usman, and he keeps rushing in. So Zyaf's won the first 2 rounds. But now the damage is so against him. And this is where it's going to be horrible. He's going to get finished here. Maybe he gets finished with a head kick. No, it's a body kick. He's trying to clinch, but he's unable to do so. And this is where it's important to know your fighter. This is the problem. Since that change, Usman can't throw those 1-2s the same. And Winter is going to pull off a historic upset. The stamina's going to fire from the shot. He's going to take down Zyaf. Maybe, does he? Get single under. Can Zyaf turn him to the fence? He does turn him to the fence. He goes for the takedown right away, but Winter's denial is on point. And Zyaf has 3 minutes to stop getting upset.
No stamina.
His head off is too low. He can't even afford to block low. Every single feint is giving him pause.
Nice.
He gets a little bit of breathing room to not get finished by Winter. But now you got to worry. If you're Zyaf, your stamina's too low. You can't even power transition. You can feel the heartbeat is racing on the controller. And one bad mistake here will lead to Winter finishing Zyaf.
Back to the feet. I don't know if he can recomplete another takedown here. Winter is going to be so on point, breaks the body lock. Winter also getting tired now, but Zyaf way more fatigued. Slips the straight that time. And my God, this is down to the wire. Zyaf in a world of trouble. Winter has the body and the head. He can finish it either way. I don't know, Rob. Oh,
Connects.
God.
Uppercut. Zyaf's trying to throw a labored uppercut. He still wants to win this, but he just doesn't have the faculties to do so. His body's not responding the same way. He's taking too much damage, Romero. He can't do it.
I think it's happening. I think the heck it's happening. This is what I said. He hasn't even shot yet. He could have shot, but there's an uppercut. The head kick is coming. It's gonna come. I think he's gonna go for no. It's a punch up top.
Right.
And Zyaf gets finished in round 5. And that was it. That little Achilles heel of Zyaf, where One, he's using somebody whose jab is not an efficient or fast jab. He's using somebody with a heavy jab. The other thing is that his grappling is not his strongest link. He's good there when he gets a good position early, but not so much when the fight starts to get really difficult. And we've seen that before. And Winner is able to pull off a historic upset against Zyaf.
Yeah, Winner taking out the #1 ranked player in the ESFL there in devastating fashion, getting the finish before the fight was over in the 5th round. Real patient approach, didn't get overwhelmed, kept circling early. And I think Zyaf, you know, not to nitpick, but there were maybe a couple of little errors there. You know, the haste to get the ground and pound off with the straight punches. It's faster, but Winter was slipping him, and it got him back to the feet where Zyaf maybe would have been able to control and stop some of the damage that started to accumulate on the feet as well. That transition that he went straight for, that full mount transition that Winter just read and reversed, all those little things start to add up. And Winter, when you look at the mistakes he made, didn't really make a lot of mistakes in that fight. Got tagged a bunch of times, but was able to stay himself in the fight and just build the damage, Rob, over time.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that was just an amazing performance. And that was like after losing the first 2 rounds, Winder was able to just let his combination start flowing that 3rd round. And then Zyaf started slowing down, and then his body started breaking down, and his stats and his durability. And then it was kind of an uphill battle after round number 3. And then Winter was just unloading. And I like the way he was throwing his combinations at the end. He would like add that lead uppercut just in case, you know, Zyaf dived on his legs, Romero, and just a huge upset over the young prodigy.
Yeah, man. It's just that when I saw the Usman pick and I noted it in round 1, I'm like, I see the vision. Maybe Makhachev would have been a better choice, but a lot of this has come down to the entirety of the card. We've seen even the best players, they pick a pick that doesn't match their approach. Right, like at UFC 5, you can afford to do that with Usman. UFC 4, you can afford to do that with Usman. UFC 6, with these newer animations, that can cost you. I did see, though, very briefly, I think Zyaf switched stance right in front of Winter, and then switched stance for him again. I don't know if that was intentional for him to do that 3 times, but that was a huge moment where that stance switching, he ended up getting body rocked and dropped off of that, and then it all went downhill from there. Granted, he tried getting some takedowns, and I saw some takedown opportunities, but it almost seemed like Zyaf wasn't expecting to be there. And he made it, he lasted as long as he could, but Winner gets one of the craziest upsets so far. We've seen Suave Jamie go down, we've seen Zyaf go down, we'll see what's next.
Yeah, Winner's been racking up legends of the sport, and man, he's going to jump up some rankings with a win over the #1 guy. I don't know where he's going to end up, but really, really solid performance, great composure. And yeah, I mean, I think the picking stage, you know, that cost Zyaf as well. I don't know if he's played a ton of Usman. Maybe it's a really solid pick that he likes to lean on, but I think he didn't have the tools to deal with Winter and the evasion and then the striking game, and wasn't able to secure that top position long enough to turn the fight around. But there we go, guys. That is the end of Revolution 250. What a great event it was. I love everyone who turned up here tonight. It was a beautiful, beautiful night, and loads of support in both chats here this evening from you guys. I know you had a good time. The USA lost to EU. UK, says Boiler, who put this card together. So thank you very much, Boiler, for booking all these matchups. Big shout out to him in the chat as always. Big shout out to Fekit, who's been in our ears running production, running the whole stream for you guys. And thank you to all the fighters who showed up and turned up to fight tonight. Any last words from you, Rob?
Yo, I cannot wait for the ESFL season to officially start. These expeditions have been awesome, and you're really seeing the older OGs that have dominated the game struggle a little bit with the newer generation. We're getting a lot of, you know, a huge melting pot, a lot of new guys, debuters. So I can't wait to see like what is going to go down, who's going to get that first title. Is anyone going to beat Romero? I don't know. Romero, what do you think? I mean, I want to see GOAT again. I'm just excited for the future of the Esports Fight League, and UFC 6 is just an amazing game. They already came out with a good patch, and we have more to come. So I think we are on a heater in the competitive community.
I don't know how many more exhibitions. I think we should have a couple more exhibitions too, because this has been good. I don't know when the season officially starts. Because the patch, it was pretty good. I think they still got to patch a couple things,
of course,
before we get into the real comp of stuff. But everybody looks promising, and I think that the field has looked extremely deep. I would have loved to see a couple more US guys on this card that have been up there. You know, guys like Go 1099. I wasn't doing commentary maybe, but they didn't have a matchup that I wanted. And so, yeah, like this is this is a good card. We got to see flares of different perks. We got to see, man, I can't believe that. I still can't believe that MTJ got knocked out taunting.
I know, oh my God.
Yeah, that's a crazy. It was a crazy night of fights. We had some great fights, great comebacks as well this evening. But guys, if you're not following on the Twitch, go ahead and chuck us a follow. We'd appreciate that. And on YouTube as well, make sure you like the stream, subscribe to the channel. The whole back catalogue of all the UFC 6 events and all of UFC 5, if you want to go back that far, is there as well. We also have all of our live events on there from the live competitions, which were really, really great. But if you've got friends that play UFC 6, let them know about the ESFL. We're trying to do some big things this year as well. And definitely this is the best place to come watch your competitive esports. But we will leave you there with that one. Thank you very much for joining us. Have a happy 4th of July if you are over in America. And everybody else, take care. We will see you next time, next Sunday on the 12th, after the return of the Mac. And we'll be here on Sunday to give you some esports entertainment. Until next time, from myself, Bailey, and Bruce Lee Rob, and Mr. Romero, all the ESFL staff, and everybody else, we will see you next weekend. Thank you very much, guys. Good night.